Let's go help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Okay, who sat at my desk?
Portland's had record shootings and murders so far this year. It's a citywide problem that demands action from City Hall. Body cameras on all cops to ensure justice. Street response.
Oh. Hey everybody, what's up? Okay. It is a day. How you doing? You got today. What up, buffoon? Good to see you. Hey Toonie. Gonna win your match so we can play? That would be fun. Alright. So, are you going to NEC? I don't think so. Too many tournaments in a row, and traveling to East Coast is kind of expensive.
Let's chase that bag, bruh.
Barra. Thanks, Wunos. 3. I have coaching to do. Get it. All right. Let's see. My PS4 working. Nice. What it do? What up? Too many fucking cables, bro. PS4 Tekken? No, I'm just doing a VOD review. PS4 Tekken makes me rage too hard, bro. Alright. Here we are. Let's see. No audio, but that's fine. I think we need audio here. For VOD review. Thanks, Dale ZQ. Omelette is just controlled scrambled egg. I'd have to agree. Can't really disagree with that. Yeah, I don't think very fair analysis. White people happy not working? Lamau. What up, Pro Swagonist? Good to see you. Am I sick? No. What up, HPX? Hey, Keys K. What's up, ITK5? Hello. So, state fair for this fried beer. What is fried beer? Anyways, if you guys missed it, basically, we had a local tournament, and lots of my viewers were there. By lots, I mean a few. So we were just gonna go over those matches. For my students. No, the local was back last Monday. So that's why I'm rocking the PS4 today. Be biased. What's up, dude? It's cool. We might play today. One thing I need to... I think I want to plug in the audio. Give me a sec.
Okay. Sorry about
What's
that.
up, Corey?
Push up another thing.
Let me share my screen. I just gotta watch the bracket. I think it'll be okay though. That's how I mute that. All right, should be able to see that.
Yep.
Let's start with. Let's start with our set or Ishida's set.
I guess the last Ishida said it would be good.
Alright.
But also ours would be also good too.
Sure. Alright.
Poopy needs work.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
feel that.
A lot. I felt my movement was very restricted.
Okay. So usually, yeah, first things I'm thinking about, Ishida, keep out down 4-2. Anything into Flamingo offense, usually like 1-2, down 3-4. And then lots of grapples to force more antsiness.
Mhm.
Wow, did it work? Oh my.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it didn't kill.
I wanted to sidestep the Peacekeeper.
Which way you try to sidestep?
Right. Like, that's what I had in mind for this match, is to sidestep it. I don't know if it was better to react to it or just preemptively sidewalk.
You can't react. It has to be preemptive. Almost like Noctis running 1+2.
Okay.
And back one, yeah. I notice he favors back one out of that a lot.
But yeah, he did a lot. I did not adapt to it.
Kizeke asked, in relation to you or your opponent? It's in relation to you. Are you familiar with this situation?
Yeah, I meant to crouch jab here.
Oh, you meant to do what?
Meant to tap crouch jab here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I did, yeah. Did that counter hit the parry, or did that not just not work?
I think it's a counter. Yeah. It was during it, and it was a low.
But it didn't say counter hit, did it? See?
I think it's just... Pretty sure it was. Otherwise, I would have been able to.
Yeah, probably just neutral guard. Did it just tell you to punish a, like, duck a jab to punish it? The first one is unfortunate no down jab on Flamingo, right Flamingo, forward 4-4, and then a big duck on one of his mid mixes. So we're losing a lot of damage to that. Lots of back one. Nice. Hold on to him. Oh my god. I remember seeing that. I was like, why did he orbital? That's crazy.
He does it for loads. I thought he'd go with like something like Peacekeeper there or something.
Why does it take so long to load on PS4? Oh.
No SSD.
Depends how long you can wait here, Pug Guy.
Round one. Fight. Round four.
I also felt like I was overloaded in options, and then I just defaulted to like
Sorry, what do you mean overloaded on options?
in the way that I couldn't think of any other options.
Like you weren't.
I just kept doing the same thing.
So yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean overloaded? Talk to me about that.
Like I'm trying to think about like what could I do differently to like fix it up. Then I ended
Like in when you were
Probably,
playing.
yeah, and then it just blanks out.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's just like I can't think of anything else. So then
Yeah. So you can't have like that's too slow for like a tournament set. Like your answers should be generally pretty prepared, and then you just like select versus like if you're trying to actively come up with solutions, that almost will never work in a tournament setting. Like that is kind of a lot to expect out of yourself. That's like a lot to expect.
so just rotate between stuff.
Like you should have your if you couldn't come up with an answer, I consider that a lack of preparation more than a lack of like presence in the moment or something, you know. Now it's different if you had the answer and you can execute it, that's different. But if you have like 50 answers and you can't decide and you blank out, that's like a preparation thing. Like your answer should be really clear, you know?
How long is too long?
What do you mean how long is too long?
If I can't decide.
There's no, not like that. It's that if you're at all struggling to decide because you don't know the right answer, that's a lack of preparation. And that's not to like pass judgment. It's more like, oh, it's more efficient to worry about training that outside of the game than trying to worry about fixing a problem that isn't there. You know what I mean? That's all I mean. Not saying like you should have prepared more. It's saying, yeah, it's not saying you should have prepared more. What it's saying is like you need to not spend so much energy, I think, considering like, oh, I can't adapt, oh, I can't do this, but recognize, oh, I was option overloaded, so I need to be able to nail down these things in advance, so that in the moment I'm just selecting from the choices I've already studied, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's a more efficient use of time than attacking this very like broad general, oh, I'm not good at adapting. Like, well, that's a lot, you know. Let's like if we zoom in, the issue is that you were in a lot of scenarios where you had options but you weren't sure which one to pick, so you ended up just defaulting to autopilot, right? Like that's ultimately what the problem was. So the answer to that, like, consider Ishida. He's not coming up with multiple things. He's like, oh, a low is coming, I'm gonna orbital. You know, like it's very, very simplistic. So he's just thinking about you. And that's where the difference comes from, right? Like here, he's just like, oh, there's a low coming, I'll just orbital. Or you like, pressure's coming, I'm gonna 1-2 out of it, right? But yeah, that was a good orbital.
I also wanted to sidewalk the after left flamingo 3 forward on block.
Where was this?
We went over that. It was just like throughout the match.
Oh, okay.
And we went over that a long time ago. But I couldn't get myself to do it for some reason. I would just default to jabbing it out, contesting.
Get ready for the next battle.
At least I broke stuff on.
Yeah, your throw breaks are a lot better. And then I think a big thing against Ishida is, yeah, like, once your offense has potential holes, you can stop and, like, be okay with that. Like, Ishida's not going to get damage on you unless he does another, like, down 3-4 or, like, another grab. But, like, it shouldn't be too scary surrendering your turn in anticipation of his comeback attack. Because he does it a lot. He did so many back ones. Like, if you punished one of them, it would have been so much scarier for him. But he almost knew that he could... Oh, wait, I did the wrong.
Eventually, I wanted to, like, I noticed he was doing that, so I wanted to do, like, jab, then block, anticipated back one, but he didn't do it.
So, yeah, I think the problem is that you tried to set up a positive situation where you would generate that response, but that's a lot of mental steps and a lot to keep track of. So I would say it's better to kind of generalize, like, just like, oh, I'm in an advantageous position, let's look for a back one, instead of looking for specific moves that generate that response.
Okay.
No, I mean,
One
you
is
can talk.
mid.
Anyways, so yeah, like, you don't want to be like, I'm gonna jab twice and then he's gonna back one, unless you specifically observe that that's the pattern of behavior. Because in this case it was 3, right? So, like, what if you only did 2 and stopped? Then he wouldn't do it. Versus, like, recognizing when he was afraid. Like, how did you get him to press it? It was a jab on hit and then a jab on block. So, but that's a lot to keep track of, right? So, like, much better to keep it kind of vague. So, like, or like general, not vague. Although kind of like those come in hand. Good. So we challenged it this time. None of us ducked that. We need to duck that. Yes, good block. Fortunate. That's a good jab. The string completion seems to be working. That's another thing. Fuck.
Soft axes.
Is there no punish there?
I don't know if I can reach it. I might have to lab it later.
13?
Yeah, I think I can.
I think you can.
If I buffer, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of your cancels are getting called out. That's something also to observe. That's a good, also quick, like, mental thing you can just say. A lot of my cancels are being called out, right? Like, that's a very quick and easy thing to adjust. It's not a big mental setup. It's just my cancels are being called out, so I need to adjust that.
Okay.
Let's rewind real quick. So it's a lot of jab on block that the back one is coming out. He respects it on hit, he doesn't respect it on block. Okay. We're doing a lot of ducking after Flamingo, and he's getting a lot of mileage off of it. Remember that a guess is kind of two ways. Like, you do have to guess the other way too. Challenge? Holy moly. This time he disrespected jab on hit. So at this point, yeah, he's just back wanting all day because he hasn't eaten a single punish for it. So that sucks. I hate that. Good punish. Does he challenge with back one? I had a feeling. It's a little scary there though too because orbital exists. So I feel like you corrected the mistake, but in the grand scheme of Ishida, it can be really scary. That's a lucky float. That's good.
My mentality was like I wanted him to not default to back one and use something.
Yeah, yeah. It's just scary because he can. He has a history of orbitaling that, so it's like good. Yeah, that's really good. Do that like 3 times in a row, and then he'll like stop doing it. And if he doesn't stop, then you keep getting damage, so that's fine. Good break. Yeah, you keep ducking after down 3-4. That's really scary. And he's only hell swept, I think, once, if at all. You know? So the bigger punish you can get on the hop kick, the better, because he wants the hop kick to either make you duck or you know what I mean. It's like, oh. Rough. I think again we're seeing approach being slightly sloppy and causing a lot of problems. Like, yeah, that was that one big situation, but I think that he should be decently afraid, I think. Like, Hwoarang's complain a lot about their neutral. So, playing into that strength, I think, is really important. And if you notice, like, because Ishida's not moving a lot, his only option is to keep out. Right? Like, he's not backdashing to generate a whiff. He's doing just enough to try and catch your timing coming in. So, if he's not trying to get you to whiff, all we have to play around is that keep out timing, which means we can either counter hit or whiff punish. And with Hwoarang's down forward 2 and backlash, I consider whiff punishment a stronger option than keep out. And I don't know if his down forward 2 launches crouching opponents. I don't think it does. But with that in mind,
Counter hit does.
yeah. So it makes more sense to go in non-committally and try and get him to throw out a move than to try and catch him while you're coming in my opinion.
Okay.
Right? Like, you get so much off of jab floats, too. So, like, in the open neutral, if you just don't let him clip you with a big launcher, which is how I was losing on Devil Jin, I just kept running into down forward 2s and shit. So, like, yeah. And then also we're ducking every down 3-4, and that's so scary. It's so scary. Like, a lot of these blocks are getting blown up for one reason or another. Like, yeah, it's some randomness, but also, like, at a certain point, you can out-solid him, so why bother, you know? Like, Bach, I actually think Bach has led to your death multiple times. Indirectly. So, like, it would have been hard to notice. But it's putting you in situations that don't need to happen, right?
Yeah.
Challenge. Like, that one paid off. But immediately after, I don't think he got hit by another one. Like, it will beat his 1-2 Flamingo or down forward 2. But in what situation does a duck just not work? You know, like, I think, like, it's just it's a lot of commitment for very little promise of payoff, right? Like, it's just a lot of commitment. I don't think I'm really comfortable with that degree of commitment. So you flip side. Like, that's fine. That's the one hell sweep that hit. Flip over. Here.
Round 4. Fight.
Jesus. Yeah, the biggest punish you can get on that possible, the better. That's another place Duck murdered us. He did just hell sweep, so not completely unreasonable, but You get the float.
Final round. Fight.
The throw breaks are good though. That's like important.
Oh, I just remembered an answer for back one. Just get
What?
the punish off and then backdash and let it whiff.
Sorry, what?
I just remembered a
Yeah, what
punish
is it?
back one that I labbed a
What
while
is it?
ago. I forgot about it till just now.
Yeah, what is it?
Just get the 10 frame on hit and then backdash it whiffs.
Sorry, you do 10 frame punish on back one?
No, normally just a block punish and then backdash and then the back one will whiff and then I can launch.
In what situation? Sorry.
Just regular 10 frame punish.
So he does 10 frame punish on you and then you backdash or what?
No, I do.
So after your 10 frame, he does back one. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I mean that's also a very good like generic approach.
Yeah,
You know.
I was doing my other option, which was the homing move right after.
Yeah. Anyways, so in the biggest thing I think is like streamlining your thought process is really important. So like, I have to play my match real quick, but I'll keep talking about this. So, yeah, streamlining your match is super your thought process in game is super important because, the speed at which things happen in game is too fast and there's too much to process to try and generate a exact flowchart of how things are going to play out, right? So you need to have a generalized approach that lets your as much autonomous stuff carry the work that you can. So what that means is, for example, you were trying to set up like situations where the back one would get blown up. That's fine, but too specific when you're not fully like in, like if it's not that obvious. And to me, it wasn't that obvious. It was more obvious like that jab on block, he would do it, or jab on hit, versus trying to count the number of jabs. So a better way to approach that, in my opinion, is to do something like, to create the thought like, oh, I'm going to pressure him until he's forced to block, and then I'll stop attacking on his block and see if he does back one. That's much more flexible than trying to be like, this exact sequence is going to happen, and then it's going to kill him, right? Like, that is really hard to do. You're basically counting on yourself predicting the future.
Okay.
And along those same lines, treating the punishment game as like, the more reads as well as like a 2-hit string completion. So you're not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do, I forgot his Leo's 2-hit wall splat, the 2-fist thing, back 1+2 or something. I don't know. But how I would approach that situation is like, oh, I noticed that Ishida called out my string completion here, right? So what that tells me is, in general, he's looking to press between my actions. And you notice that he called out some Bach too, like empty Bach. So that kind of adds credence to that like theory. So all of that together to me says, okay, if I just complete my strings, it's going to start hitting him. And that can be your attempted read. And that ended up working like 2 times. Like you did do that. But I think that's something you can, that's how you can streamline that thought process.
Okay.
Let's see, what else? Yeah, we'll keep going into the matches as well. I just gotta play this set.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There was one more after that.
Yeah, and then we'll go through ours as well. Yeah, does that make sense so far? I think that's what I wanted to.
I think I need to exercise my thought process and change.
As in, yeah, like simplify.
Yeah.
The simpler, the better. 100%, the simpler, the better. Because
Is there a situation where it's too simple, and that's not good?
I think that's a lot of trial and error. Like if you make a broad assumption, like I'm gonna hit him, like yeah, probably that's too simple.
Okay.
But it's I would just err on the side of being as simple as possible. I don't think you can go wrong there.
Right. Okay.
All right, so give me 1 sec. I'll play this, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay in the call. It's just easier. But...
Yeah. Guess we'll have to time since I
Sorry,
have
what?
tennis class at like 6.
Yeah. So I'll try and do it as fast as possible. All right. I said as fast as possible, and then I
Round
picked
one.
fucking Devil Jin.
Fight.
What the fuck? This guy's crazy. Dude. This guy's sick. Can you believe that? That was wild, dude. Unbelievable. Okay. This is not Mac. This is Koro. And
Round
Koro, as far
two.
as I can tell, is based as fuck.
Fight.
Dude, he's challenging everything. Bro, this guy is so crazy. This guy is so sick.
Round
Your Discord
three.
died? Damn, okay. Well, let me know if it
Fight.
comes back. Uh-oh. This guy's the best. This guy's my favorite player. Uh-oh. Wow, he's so sick. Dude, you guys all... Nobody has as many balls as this guy, dude. He's gonna power crush. He has balls, but mine are bigger. For better or worse. That was tight. This guy's awesome, dude. Player is so tight.
Get ready for the next battle.
He's living his best life. I love it, bro. Honestly, this might be my favorite tournament player of all time. Literally, first interaction, advancing taunt dash. That's like opening with taunt key charge or something. He put all his points into Constitution, none into Intelligence.
Round one.
Yeah, if somebody asks me, what's Constitution? I'll just show him this VOD. Oh my god. Dude! Raw jet up? Oh my god, he's so sick. I didn't mean to do that, but that was cool.
KO. Round two. Fight.
Thoughtful tunnel, bro. Yo, he tried! He's so sick! Orbital. Oh my god, it crashed. It clanged with my electric.
Fight.
He's just too good. I have never played anybody this good. Bin Chang, step aside. Acumajor, never heard of him. Never heard of him. Oh, I'm okay. I'm not okay. So comfy, bro, dude. I'm not surprised. Like,
Fight.
this guy is too good. not like the way I was playing this game. He did not like this game. He did not like the way the game was going. I'm sorry. I thought we were vibing. To be honest, I thought we were vibing. I thought we were on the same page. I didn't understand that he was not happy with that style of gameplay. I thought we were all on the same page. I'm sorry, bro. All right, let me hop back to this. Jeez, man, I feel bad now, honestly. I just feel bad. That just feels bad. Like, I thought we were on the same page. He comes in taunt dashing. I'm like, okay, so that's this kind of game. I just wanted you to keep going and win for both of us. Oh, let's go, let's go. Okay. So we were vibing. Dude, that was tight. Literally never been more happy to play a Brian player. That was sick. That was so sick. I can't live up to that degree of skill to just go in and taunt dash. What the fuck? How did I get in story mode? What? Well, how did this happen? Anyway. Leave the message. Alright. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Okay, let's keep reviewing. Hello, I'm back. Okay. So let's see, the last one would be the third Sook game.
Yes.
Get ready for the next battle.
I wish PC had jukebox too. What up, Justice Spirit? Okay, so we were just talking about simplifying our reads. So like string completion, he's gonna challenge. Getting him to back one, not a specific flowchart, but understanding that he wants to challenge on our advantage. So you can generalize that as I'm at advantage. Let's bait it out. Versus I'm gonna bait it out with this specific sequence. Right? So like that's not a bad option, I don't think. If you did jab, sidestep, back one, his back one I think would just whiff. I'm not sure. It might have counter hit you, but that's something to consider, is like you have options like that. Running three. He didn't challenge. 1-2 to reclaim advantage. So another thing is if he's spamming 1-2 or down 3-4, duck covers both of those. So the only way he kills you for that is raw orbital that you don't stand up in time for, or skyrocket, which he has started doing. He started doing skyrocket, but it's still worth considering that you can just like hard read a duck, right? Like, nice, that was good. I have the same problem. You don't need to sweep to kill him here. I have the same problem. Like, this could have been a low block, but he low parried because all he does is low parry. There, same fucking thing, dude. I died to that all the time. His down forward 2 placement is pretty good. Right? Like, but the answer to the back one gameplay would have answered that as well. So that's something to consider as well, is we didn't necessarily adjust to what was killing us. So I would classify that under a similar area of mistaken game plan as with playing around back one. Because your actions didn't really change. He just picked an option that beat it as well, right? Whether your read changed, your game plan seemed to be similar. Does that make sense?
My mentality didn't really, at the time.
Didn't really what?
Put priority. I think my mentality at that in the match didn't really put priority on how much of a problem back one was.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it didn't.
This guy's a molester.
It didn't like register. So of course I have to change that too and be more observant. But I think that was from, would you say, the autopilot?
Sorry, you're kind of talking really quietly. I can't really hear you.
Oh yeah, would you say that's probably from the autopilot? I think.
It's
not
hard
really
to say what
seeing
it's
the
from, but I would say just the
Yeah.
way to address it is like, you know, consider that that is one of, like, what's a good analogy for that? Back one is almost like, he's using it almost like one would use a Magic 4. I'm under pressure. I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm going to put out a button. So whether or not it's hitting you, it's more like that's a big opening. Whether it's just for punishment damage, for whiff punishment damage, right? So it's more like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a problem for you to deal with it. It's more like it's an opening for you to exploit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't have to be killing you for you to be worth looking at it. Kind of like Noctis running 1+2. Like maybe he doesn't get any damage off of it. He doesn't do down 2. He doesn't mix you after. It's still an opening.
Right. Oh yeah, because I see it as a float.
Right. You don't have to look at it as a way to get. Also, yeah, here's another situation, right? So what did you down forward 1 and then down 4? This dies to orbital, back 1, everything.
Yeah.
So it's a good system against somebody who hesitates. But something good to probably drill in your head as well is like, this is not a hesitating player. This is a player who wants a big comeback when he's behind. How does that come out? Orbital, throws, down 3-4, mid-launch out of the Flamingo stuff.
So then what would you do instead if they're not hesitating?
If they're not hesitating,
Yeah.
you block.
Okay. yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, like, it sounds silly and stupid, but like, really, like, if you blocked this desperation move, that's a launch punish, which you can kill with just something regular. If you block one of his orbitals, you can down forward 1, check pretty much everything, right? Like, it's just being willing to stop, which is scary against somebody who does so much damage to you in like 2 interactions. To just stop is scary, but exiting the like fight or flight response is pretty important.
Would you say overextending is more prone to players that aren't hesitant, but overextending versus hesitant players is not as...
Sorry, say that again. Overextending against what players isn't bad?
Overextending against people who don't hesitate is probably not good, compared to, like, I guess, overextending versus people who are hesitant.
If you had to generalize, yeah, I would just keep it player by player. But in this specific case, this player is one who would panic button. So if you overextend into a panic button, that's just losing the rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Whereas like someone like me, you know, I don't have a history of panic buttoning. So going for something like that into a down 4, the worst you eat is a low parry, right? Like that's generally the risk reward when you play against someone like me. Right?
Yeah.
We just had this one set.
Yeah.
Yes. I have to watch for being invited on stream in case we get interrupted, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, no worries. I'll probably have to dip right at 6 on the dot and continue this later, if that works.
Luckily we play a lot, so I think it's easier to what the fuck PS4 to kind of streamline what was working and what wasn't.
I felt very restricted on 2P.
Yes,
so
that too.
I don't know if you noticed. You probably did.
I didn't notice because I was just trying to focus on what needed to happen to win. I wasn't kind of going to that next level of analysis.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty important.
So I did my best to keep that in control.
Yeah. Wow, it flamed you about the combo. Hilarious. Yeah, I've noticed too, when I'm on player 2 side, I tend to press buttons more.
Yeah, I immediately remembered. I was like, wait, I should have just dash blocked. There's no reason.
It's like, it's so weird, right? It's like, because we can't move, we think like, what's the next best thing we can do, right? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a big issue here too, I think. And I think, honestly, if we switch sides, that may have been an issue for me too, as I would have pressed into every Magic 4 or whatever. So next time we play, we could probably discipline each other to play player 1, player 2, like as we prep for stuff, cause like.
I think I'm just gonna keep doing spamming 2P.
Yeah, I should play 2P instead
I know
of
my
Diligent.
QCS on this side are like very, very like inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, I think there were times that I wanted to, but then I couldn't.
So here's an element of something I observed. I was like, okay, down forward 1-4 worked. So is he gonna hesitate again next time, or is he gonna swing into it? So I'm trying to collect data for that. Whether I'm doing it super cognitively, I don't remember, but I do know that that's something I'm thinking about right now. So I noticed a press attempt on my down back 3. So I'm getting a sense of like high activity. Same thing there, right? Like there's high activity in the middle of my windows where I can still attack, right? So I'm going to keep that in mind. That's
Man, I
hit
thought I
confirmed.
got the wall there, man. Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. That was a hit confirmed, but I think I was ready to delay it because of the information we just talked about 2 seconds ago. That's another reason I did while standing 1, is because I knew you were pressing.
I generally wanted to keep you from moving. And that was my surface level, like, thing. Base.
Yeah, honestly, like, as you reflect on, like, oh my god, that was sick. That was sick. No, so I think
I was so sad.
as we reflect on player 2 side. Oh, sorry, I just got called for my match. I'll stick on as long as I can. But I think that honestly, we'll keep looking at our matches when you come back. Like, just remind me. But I think
I'm not trying to make it an excuse, because like that's something I need to work on.
No. But I actually think that's an important point of improvement observation, is that how many of these mistakes were coming because you weren't comfortable, right, with player 2 side. Like, that's not trivial. That's like, that's an observation worth making, because that helps direct your focus. It's not like, oh, well, that's just player 2 side, so I don't have to care. It's like, oh no, well, maybe I'm actually thinking about the game in an okay way, but I'm just being, like, it's getting to the point where the discomfort on that side is now causing problems. That's like a nice way to look at it, in my opinion, because you're like, oh, okay, so it's not that I'm fundamentally fucked up at this game and I suck. It's more like, this is the next weakness I can work on, and it will be very productive. Because, oh, I actually understand these concepts. I actually know what's going on. It just so happens that with my focus of player 2 side being more buttons, I wasn't as observant. I was getting counter hit by stuff. I was approaching with strings, right? Like, that back 1-4 into up forward 1 never happens if you're on player 1 side, if you ask me. I don't think that ever happens. Like, that would just not happen. So that's my take on that, honestly. Good luck, B-Bias. Anyways, good luck with your tennis match. We can chat more about it too when you get back. Just like hit me up on chat.
Oh, I have the Peter Mount exhibition right after.
Okay, well, good luck with the exhibition. Just like whenever you happen to come back.
Oh yeah, it'll be after.
Okay.
I don't know how long you're probably, if the tournament is going on for that long.
Okay, well, just let me know. I'll be around.
Yeah.
Fight.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck. See you.
Fran, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, this connection is like we're playing on... It's not even laggy, it's just we're playing on PS4. This is a PS4 match, which is good for me. I can improve at my PS4 gameplay by playing B-Bias. Uh-oh. Fran, I hope you had a good stream, man. Thank you so much. Hey, my sister's home. What's up, Sol Naciente? I'm fucking dead. Hey, did somebody ban that guy?
Round 2. Fight.
This game sucks. Nyaruko, thank you so much for resubbing too. I am really grateful. Thank you. Wow. Imagine trying to move Tekken 7. Yo, nice ban, Toonie. Let's go.
Round 3. Fight.
Yo, this actually feels like PS4, and like I think that's actually a good thing because I'm playing against a solid player on PS4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go. PS4 robbery. Help. Help. Uh-oh.
KO. Round 4.
All right, let's get it together.
Fight.
Why did I put my back to the wall? Nice power crush. Holy shit, that was smart. Ow. Uh-oh. What? Oh, this game sucks. Oh, lag saved me. Okay, commotion. Oh my god, lag saved the shit out of me, bro.
Final round.
I should have died.
Fight.
Wow, I am so bad. Down back 4, that was horrible compared to down back 3. Jesus. Well played. You power crush forward 4-2? That's a good answer, honestly. That's a really strong answer. He likely recovered ducking. Yeah, I should have done a fucking down 4-2. I didn't even know he recovers ducking. That's like a knowledge gap on my part. I'm glad B-Bias and I have a stable connection, though. Uploaded the wrong game for video 3. Hey, Firebird, do you want to go over those, or do you want to go over our PS4 matches?
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. Noctis Lucis Kylum.
Booster Blast, that's a great question. I don't know.
Get ready for the next battle.
Any Asuka mains in chat? Like 90% of my chat's Asuka mains, I swear. Dude, I made Noctis. I don't know half the shit that happened. Don't even sweat it. Dude, El Pappy's popping off lately. Okay. So I should just mid punish.
Round 1. Fight.
This actually feels like a PS4 stream setup. I don't even feel like this is great. It was good practice.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that's a 1-2 punish. Wow, instantly? Crazy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant the 2-2. Holy shit.
Round 3.
Oh.
Fight.
Wow, I even charged it a bit. I didn't mean to, but I did. Oh my god. This is what you would see offline. This is offline Tekken, if you ask me. Hot take. This is exactly what offline feels like to me. And I'm gonna get fucking flamed because nobody believes me, but that's exactly what it feels like to me. Like 1-to-1. I was at a local on Monday. This is what I feel like. Mato Sueka. Like, undebatably, offline obviously doesn't have the stuttering, the input eating, stuff like that. That is bullshit. Like, that is the most bullshit part of online. 100%. Never debate that. But on a latency component, latency. That's what Summer Jam stream felt like. Thank you. Yeah. Shouldn't offline feel a bit faster and smoother? Yes. So you get pure smoothness, no interruptions. But you get high latency. Whereas on PS4, yeah. Whereas on PC, if I'm on like a 4-bar, even like this, if it's smooth, I'm fine. So like, I'd rather play a 5-bar online than a 4-bar offline just because of latency. Now, if there were stuttering, obviously no. But the crazy thing is, if we had rollback netcode, it would be stuttering. That's what it is. Rollback would be like teleporting, right? Like you wouldn't drop your combo necessarily. Because combos are, I imagine combos outside of like sidewalls are probably pretty stable. If I'm honest, I know that it just takes getting used. Yeah, exactly. In fact, it'll make me a better player to play on that, right? It just feels awful. It feels awful. So we just got to get used to it. But that's why I like, if the game isn't stuttering, I will like, I care a lot less about what's online, offline. Input eating is probably the one exception. Like throw breaks are so much easier offline because like your inputs won't get eaten. I don't even know about an hour, bro. I've spent a lot of time like trying to get used to it and it's hard for me, but I'm also really input latency sensitive. Oh, I can launch the shit out of that. What the fuck? KO. That was crazy. Was hella dark in my room today? Yeah, I think it's something with my exposure settings. I'll change it. Or I can just brighten my light. Fuck! Up a fish. Oh! KO. Have you seen AK do a dropkick in his combo? The down back 2 got eaten? What move is it supposed to be? Down back 2-3? Down back 2-4? Carrying an Asuka feels so good. Oh my god. I could have just blocked. Fuck. That's the punish I got? Oh! Oh! What the fuck? GG's, bro. Welcome back to tournaments. Online shit. Why am I toxic? King Race. You fucked his mouth. He gave me a single G. Is that good or game? Pro Swag, I avenge you. What do you mean be biased, sad cheems? That's for the down back 4. Brad, dude, yeah, you got online as fuck. I'm sorry. The fucking missed rage drive. There's so much shit. What up, Bling Major? Was it stuttery on your end or just hella latent? Or high latency? Because that, what it was for me was high latency. Hey Dash, what's up, dude? I love that you appreciated my Lars roasting. My roasting of Lars players. I'm glad you appreciate that. Because to me, like, obviously, I have no fucking hate for anybody. Well, yeah, a couple people. But I'm generally hate-free. But that shit is so funny to me. It's like you could be watching, like, Bakuran versus Julia, and some Lars player will come in and be like, why, you know, Lars is forward 1+2 doesn't even do this. It's like, dude, what, we're not even talking about, the character isn't even on screen. Like, nothing's happening. Smooth run, it's okay, we played the craziest Brian player in the beginning. What's up, Fran? Yo, you should hang out, my sister's home. Doing good? Not bad, not bad. I want to know how he went flying with the back on 2. He went airborne or something. You did host me, I saw. I said thank you, and I told you about my sister.
Oh? What's that? You're an Asuka main?
Asuka.
Please, tell us again how bad your Unga Bunga launch and parry spamming monkey character is. We love to hear you bitch all day, smile smile.
Smile, smile. Hey, how come it let bitch be said? Is that a thing we're allowing? The way I see it is either use what he has or make it work for you. Just leave him alone. I know, dude, honestly. It's just so funny to me. Like, hearing, like, it to me, it's like, yeah, I get it. It's okay to be frustrated about your character. It's funny to me that it comes out when there's no Lars on screen. That's what makes me laugh. That's what makes me laugh so much. You want to be your only watcher? Jesus. That's like hidden toxicity. Female dogs. It was. I was reading my mom's Shiba Inu magazine, which is called Shiba E, like the letter E, news, like the news. I thought that was a really funny pun. Shiba Inus. Anyways, yeah, they had a list of bitches, which was a really foreign concept to me, because I feel like in any other domain, if you list a bunch of bitches, you're just a bigot. Like, you're just misogynistic. So to see like today's latest bitches or something was really funny. I didn't know that was such a regularly used term in the dog community. The FDC. That is surreal. I know, it was very surreal. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? El Papi Big B against AccuMajor.
Cool characters, I got you.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice, you got some other people on commentary.
Oh my
Retrospective.
god, this is so scary against Brian.
Yeah, but we're talking to Kuma here. Oh, no meter's going to kind of mitigate that damage.
I still deem myself the best Lars because I use everything at their skills. I just need to get my fundamentals to match and I'll be set. Best Lars specialist? I can give you that. I still watch Bin Chang all day though. Dude, that guy is crazy.
Definitely the worst way to lose a round in this game.
Goldberg.
Oh no.
Goldberg. Oh, block the DP. Get the
Nah, I got the combo.
Oh,
surprising
I hate to see it.
Surprising from AccuMajor though. Oh, whips the back one and nice punish by El Papi Big Bird. Oh, here we go.
And there's the bar.
Oh, drops
More
the
jump
combo.
threes. Didn't quite pick up though on the focus attack.
Hmm. To the wall you go.
Yep.
Oh
Set
no.
up.
Oh no.
Top knee.
Oh no.
Top forward 3,
Oh, no.
the Aiden special.
Oh no. When you see that, it's over with. Okay, down fours. Oh, nice.
I'm waiting on that top snake edge to come out. I just want one.
That is the
Just
second.
for Aiden's sake.
That is definitely the second time AccuMajor has sidestepped the Demon Fifth Flea and just got him in the back and just deleted his health.
You'll have to see it. Oh, good pickup off the parry. Oh, spring kick. That's dangerous. Oh, didn't quite get the kill though.
Very dangerous, but doesn't matter. He ends it with a generic down 4. And AccuMajor takes it 3 rounds straight. There's no rounds of brown.
I'm not even going to do the spiel this week, because I feel like I do the spiel every week.
What's the spiel?
About how spring kicks are bad for your health.
Yeah, they are.
And that every time they should put a label on the box so that those kids don't have to suffer through it.
I know, right? They don't. No one should suffer having to deal with.
Glad I picked up the new Help Me Lever. Feels great for both 3D and 2D fighting. It's a really great one.
There are some people that have a
Also ready whenever you are. Do I go into voice for VOD review 2 or what? Yeah, we can go into voice. What I want to do is play my match against Joe Crush because it'll be on stream, and then it'll be winner's final. And historically, once we hit winner's final, there's like a 10-hour gap between matches. So that'll be a good chance if that works for you.
This is your brain. This is your brain on spring kick. Any questions?
So how mine is this spring kick? It's minus enough that you're not that you should not do it.
Cause like that's the thing. It depends on where they are when you block it. That still doesn't mean it's a smart option though.
definitely is not.
Because bare minimum, hey, you're getting a jab punish.
Hell, what's up?
And
Benching is definitely a great Lars player. Yeah,
right
T6
back
OG.
into a bad situation.
Yeah, it was probably Big Bird going with the jungle outpost too. Yeah, that's definitely
JOI
a good
too.
save for Akuma
I'm a
with all
fan.
the weird balls.
L, thank you so much. Did I just say that? I'm fucking losing my mind, you guys. Sorry. Here, Fran, are you here? I'll text my sister.
Lord.
And I am hoping that we get a highlight reel kind of moment out of it.
Already.
Orbital round starts.
That's not how you want to start.
Tip of the boots. Ooh. Oh, counter hit hatchet. It's a soccer ball kick.
You can thank me more than once. Hey, all right.
Oh, got to confirm on the machine gun blows too.
He's like, I want to speed run this, so let's go.
Wow.
Oh my god, the counter hits.
4-3. Jeez, AccuMajor wants to end this quick.
Okay, Fran isn't here, luckily. My
Nice
sister
jab out,
is
though.
safe.
Yeah.
See how long that
Bobby
lasts.
had to do something to stem the tide.
Oh my god, he almost let it rip. For movement, when did you realize it's finally clicked on how and when to sidestep and move in general? I want to make a guide on that, to be honest.
Tested the armor with the mid. You could have blown him up for
I want to make a guide on sidestepping. The best way I would describe... So, okay.
Too late on the jet upper.
This is going to be a good YouTube video, actually. So, if you don't know, basically, when I played Tag 2, up through, like, back then, Vanquisher, Overlord-ish. Back then, I thought that was pretty good. Like, that was pretty hard to get.
Okay, we're going for plus frames right now.
Like, Season 1, Tekken 7. Anyways, that's not important. My rank isn't important. My point is, I played up to a decent medium level without ever sidestepping. I played the game almost fully 2D. The only time I would sidestep is, like, if I wanted to get away from the wall. But honestly, in Tag 2, backdash was so good you can kind of get away with that. In this game, you can't really backdash out of a lot of things unless you have a cheater character. So sidestep is a little more important defensively, but it's still, I wouldn't say it's essential. I know a lot of players, especially in PS4, or like in my local scene, that like, they don't even backdash, and they can play keep out and stuff and win. So, the first thing I think is understanding that sidestep is an advanced application of basic punishment. Does that make sense? Because sidestepping functions within certain frame windows differently. So understanding when you can sidestep is similar to understanding when you can punish something, but with a bit more ambiguity. Because you can sidestep at different speed, or like not speeds. You can sidestep different distances. You can cancel it with a block at different times. So sidestepping inherently is like, I don't want to use the word subjective because it is like, you know, gated by the rules of the game. But it's got a lot more of a gradient of application, like a continuous spectrum, whereas punishment is very like rigid. It's like this many frames, this punish, unless of course you get like a late active hitbox, but that's like an exception. So from a generic rule standpoint, sidestepping is a lot more, I'm going to use the word ambiguous, but that's not what I mean, you know? A lot more flexible, less rigid than standard punishment. But the rules still generally apply. But what are those rules? You know, general rules is that like from -7 to -9, you probably don't want to sidestep because a fast move will clip you no matter how linear it is.
I'm trying to keep my stress levels down.
Very general. Around -3 to -6, you have to be pretty tight with your sidestep. Nuance is a good word, yeah. Around -3 to -6, you want to be a bit more tight. And then from frame advantage to frame, like, you know, from like +2 to -2, you can kind of do whatever you want. But of course, it could go either way. Like, you could be +2 and then sidestep or sidewalk, and then your opponent just does a move, and because you're sidewalking and they have already started their homing move or whatever, you just get hit. Because remember that the sidestep evasion is checked upon activation of the attack, or like the initiation of the attack. So if you're sidewalking and somebody initiates an attack, I can demonstrate that. But if you're sidewalking and somebody initiates an attack, then you still get hit because you don't have the evasive factor.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
So like, what's a good example? Really linear move.
Noctis Lucis Kylum.
Making a comeback. Never mind.
Noctis Lucis Kylo.
A little bit too much to work with.
Anyways, so
Get ready for the next
I'll keep answering your question. I just want to check this out. It's like a component of
Ooh, into the wall. This is
sidestepping being heavily timing reliant because we're talking sidesteps, just like on a generic one. So I'm gonna set Noctis to just sidewalk, right?
Like, once you get knocked down again,
So like he was sidewalking, and I just do my attack and it hits him. Because the moment you hit an attack, you align with your opponent. So like this move is hella linear, right? Like you can whiff like mad. But if he's already sidewalking, I can just hit him. That kind of makes sense. So let me move this out of the way. I'm just gonna repeat that one more time. So because sidesteps are checked at like linearity and tracking are kind of locked in on the activation of the move. So if somebody's sidewalking, you're not inherently evasive. In fact, you're not invading at all. But sidewalking is used when you need more evasion on demand and an attack has already started, right? Or if somebody's doing like multiple hits of a string. So like if somebody has a multi-hit string that doesn't track or something, I'd have to get Noctis to step this way to the left. Right? So it's kind of hard because he's also kind of there's no like reference point. Remember how we talked about sidestepping being timing reliant? If I swing a bit later, I'll just track him. Right? Even though sidestep left is how you beat 2-2-2-2-2. Sidewalk left specifically. But if I just let him walk, then I can hit him. So it has to, the walk and step have to be within this window of timing where the opponent's attack has been committed to its like angle, its angle and alignment. There's like a frame of time where you press your button and that timing is, that angle, that alignment is committed. So like that's why you'll see people lab sidesteps with like a jab as a reference point, right? Because the jab sets that frame reference point. It's like it's very linear, or it's very ambiguous until this jab hits you on block, and then we know we're +1. And that kind of fixes the timing. Joey Fury calls this fixed timing or set timing. Whereas in neutral, in opening, this is more like open timing, right? That's Joey Fury's terminology for that. So why is this important? Open timing is where things are the hardest to figure out, right? So like, you can sidewalk on open timing and Noctis can hit you with his linear moves. I could have used forward 2 as an example. I should have used forward 2 as an example. But open timing is the hardest, I think, to cultivate a sidestep in. Because you have to understand when your opponent wants to attack, read it properly, and execute it properly. When you ask, when did you realize it fully clicked on how and when to sidestep and move in general, I think that's the last one to develop because it's so hard. The first sidestep you can develop, I think, is defensive option selects. So, great example is Noctis does 2-2, you block it, and then he does 2-2 again. You can sidewalk left after you block those two because it sets the timing in stone, like it's very fixed. But that, even then, that's like a bad example because Noctis has tracking options, right? So even a better example is like Paul's down forward 1 back sway. You can sidestep right duck every option unless he delays the timing on like back sway 2. But that's a kind of unambiguous sidestep that will almost always work. Or Cooney's back turn. You can sidestep left duck every option except the second hit of her back turn 1+2 will hit you. So it's like labbing those will help you understand how sidestepping's vulnerability works. It's like Cooney 1-1-2, you can sidestep right. That's like a pretty good one to practice too. Cooney 1-1-2, sidestep the 2 after you block the first 2. Then in neutral, if somebody like, I like practicing sidestep against like a Brian, where instead, like Brian's trying to counter hit you with 3+4, right? So you know, if you attack and get counter hit, you've just kind of understood their timing. It's just in answer to your timing. So practicing sidestepping against Brian is nice because instead of attacking, you can tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to attack here. I'm going to sidestep right. Or sidewalk right.
I'm going all
and that gives you a big chance to evade something because of that, right? Anyways, I'm going to play my match. Remind me to talk about this after. Oh, it's down forward 1-2. My bad. Uh-oh. Got a hop kick.
Round 2. Fight.
What the fuck? No. So obvious. I hate myself.
Stand up.
I'm so dumb. That was all so obvious, bro.
Round 3. Fight. KO. You lose. Know your place.
Anyway, let's see. Sidestepping. So, against Geese, I was trying to do sidestep left on his down forward 1-1s. And you saw that some of them clipped me, or some of his homing moves clipped me, right? Because I was operating on a read in the open. We like closed the gap. There wasn't really a block frame to kind of set the reference point. I sidewalk left, and he just attacked and clipped me. Same thing with his jabs. Or his down forward 1 could even hit me. But that's where, like, I would call that, like, more advanced sidestepping in that if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard to understand why you got hit, or why they're hitting you, or why something worked. Versus if you do it in a set timing where it's less ambiguous, less nuanced, it's easier to understand why something worked than why it didn't work. Anyway. Might not be bad to believe in your down forward 2's whiff punishes if he doesn't have meter. Yeah, honestly. Ugh. Anyways. Head in the game. My head was so out of the game for that first set. And I can fucking win, dude.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, well, not what I meant to do. Even if he parries me, it takes too long, so I'm okay.
Fight.
Get lost!
KO. Round 3. Fight.
So in that case, if I'm reading an orbital, I can choose to sidestep right instead of ducking. So another option is using it instead of like a hard duck. That's one very viable option for implementing sidewalk
KO.
or sidestep.
Round 4.
Okay, so he has meter. So I'm watching for sidestep 2. I'm watching for parry. And if I give up my turn, it's in anticipation of a parry or something like that. Wow, he just did it. Messed up. I got 1 meter. Oh my god. Right.
I'm gonna
Is this the winner's POV? Yes, you're on the right stream, Bridget. Doing a high to counter parry, yeah, that's what I do up forward 4. What I don't understand is why my opponent can sometimes do a mini sidestep into duck to evade my mid. So those I would call like advanced application of sidestep, like where it's like bullshit, right? What's up, Jackson? Hope I forgot how to play Tekken. Don't worry, much ado happens to me too. Vice King of Fighters in my Tekken? Ah, fucking. After a month of a slump, I finally back to Wario Kazuya, my highest rank. Dude, keep it up. Thank you so much for your answer. So good to get good at advanced sidestepping without any fixed reference. It'll take time and experience to get used to. Yeah, basically, placeholder sucks. Yes, you summarized it perfectly. You summarized it perfectly. So, step 1, sidestep with option selects, so you understand very clearly when sidestep works. When he's back turn, 1, 1, 2, these quick strings, right? Bob has like strings that you can sidestep right the second hit. Understand that. Then, when you're sidestepping an opponent in neutral, understand their move selection. That's why I like Brian specifically. Because you know, at range 2 or 3, he's going to put out a mid-slow counter hit. Not even that slow, it's like medium speed, right? And if you understand that's going to happen, you can choose, instead of attacking when you would get counter hit, you sidestep right. That is, I think Brian is a great way to train initial like sidestep and neutral awareness. Shut the fuck up, I gotta practice. I mean, I gotta win. I uninstalled Tekken. Is the game bad or I'm bad? I think that's a false binary question. It doesn't matter. If you're not enjoying the game, you don't play it. All that matters. So I'm not even going to answer that question. First of all, I don't like questions. Second of all, it's a false dichotomy. Like that shit. I'm glad you took a step to play something or stop playing something that wasn't healthy for you, though, Lychee Jelly. Unironically. I think it's a waste of time to pour energy and time into things that aren't bringing you joy. Like playing against Jack. And he's gonna fucking throw me. He's guaranteed gonna start doing throws. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Yep, I don't care. I don't care. Come in, bro. I'm not gonna give it to you for free. I gave it to him for free. What the fuck? He knows the conversion too well. Now, what if I did forward, forward, 1 plus 2?
Round 2. Fight.
Why? Oh, so dumb. I keep killing myself.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
He's gonna fucking throw me. I can feel it. I didn't want to do that, bro. Oh! I didn't want it down back too. Ah! What? Oh, fuck. I was not remotely... My head was not in the game enough. Fuck. Racist? That wasn't racist at all. It was me being dumb. Yeah, I got so nervous for no reason. Absolutely no reason to get so nervous and kill myself constantly. I just had no confidence in finishing him, which was really stupid, because I was fine. Read the shit out of the throw? I didn't. I was mashing 2. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just didn't have confidence in fucking doing that, which is so stupid. That too. Ah. It's alright. We have time to meditate. We're gonna do that. Oh, fuck me, bro. Thanks, buddy. Say something racist? I'm not even in a racist mood. About Fang? Where do I start? Interesting that a character that can kind of dominate neutral, right? Because he has a 0 on block, down forward 1. He has evasive counter hit low, evasive stances, great ways to generate frame advantage.
Racist.
And it's funny that they took a character where that was his main strength and patched out his main weakness, which was bad combo damage. So now he has everything. Just coming into the words, I'm not racist. Yeah, that's my take, is they took away Fang's key weakness, which is a weird way to do things, but it's what it is. A real 12 frame punish? Back 4, give ballerina spin on counter hit? That's some Kazumi shit, bros. Ah! Let's meditate. Get this out of my system. I'm feeling like a toxic bitch right now. I'm so mad. Like I didn't sleep well. I got distracted. I'm fucking. It's okay. Had to get it out. New banner and logo. Sick. How do you go about going? How do you go about going against Devil Jin in a set? That's a colossal question. I'm gonna meditate. I'll answer that and then I'll meditate. So Devil Jin. I need to make a video on this because I've already talked about this a bunch and I had visual examples and I wanted to make a new video, but then I got fucking overwhelmed by how much I had to do, so I didn't make it. But it's okay. I'll make a video about it eventually. But Devil Jin. Electric. Fucked up. Makes you want to duck. You duck. Now you're eating a crouch dash mix-up. Right? So, because if you mash, electric beats you, right? This is a good place to start. Here, you know what? No. Let's start. I want to start. This is good to talk about. Okay, so let's start from the most annoying part is Hell Sweep versus mid, right? Every Devil Jin's thinking about it. Every Devil Jin opponent is thinking about it. How do we play around it? So crouch dash is an evasive stance, but the moment he inputs an attack, he's no longer in the crouching state. So when you input like Hell Sweep, you're open to jabs. And because crouch dash takes so much time relative to the jab speed, we have basically an answer right there. Is in neutral, to shut down the mix-up of mid-low and not have to guess constantly, especially when the opponent has safe mids over and over again, you jab interrupt their timing. That's a solid way to make a Devil Jin uncomfortable. It makes them annoyed. And it just disrupts the flow of the offense they want to play. And that's always good in Tekken, is disrupting the flow of what your opponent wants to do. Safely, if you can, right? But that kind of disruption is really strong in any tournament setting. So that's the first thing. Jab to disrupt the flow of their mix-up, shut down their crouch dash mix-up, etc. Now, it's not that free because if you jab in the open too much, they can just throw out electrics and clip your jab. So there's a certain range where jabbing is a really fucking bad idea, and that's mainly where you're like in electric range, but the jab definitely won't hit them. So don't just jab for free there, because electric will just clip you and kill you. So if you're not jabbing, you're blocking. Now, if you're blocking, electric is +5, pushback, safe. So what does that mean? That means we probably have to duck, right? Because we want to get around it. Stepping electric is so high risk for very little reward. I almost always just duck electric. It's safe, it's consistent, and again, you're disrupting the flow of their offense. If they don't get their plus frames after they committed that many inputs to trying to get a just frame, there's like a slight mental frustration there. You know, whether they let it get to them is different, but like there is a bit of friction in like committing that much effort and then duck not giving them the plus frames they want. They might eat a small punish. It doesn't matter if you launch them. Just making the electric not give them plus frames is a big deal, and then any small damage you get is also a big deal. So they're no longer electricking, and they're getting counter hit every time they go for a crouch dash mix-up. What's left? Devil Jin has 1-1, which is one of the most fucked up strings in the game. Because if you try to sidestep, the second one can clip you. If you sidestep duck, you can get knocked down by 1-1-2. And if you just block, he's -1. That's pretty fucked up. He has many +8 moves, so down forward 1, crouch dash or while standing 4, jab, and all of these being +8 sets up his frame trap of back 4, which is 17 frames, or he could just do down forward 2. So if he's forced to play small, he has access to highly effective neutral strings, 1-1, down forward 1-2, safe mid-mid, delayable, counter hit confirmable. Down 3, down back 2, evading, counter hit knockdown. We can play small Tekken more than fine. So, and then big counter hits when you get impatient. So, once you've gotten around the mid-low mix with jabs in neutral to shut it down. Once you've gotten on electrics by ducking and not jabbing when you're at a, range 1.5, range 2, range 2.5, past that. Then you got to deal with their small Tekken. And beating their small Tekken is where it's reduced back to normal, right? So, like, play the frames, try and, like, make reads on their lows, their mid lows. Do your best to avoid running into the big counter hits because that's where he'll get the most of his damage, right? And then once you've done all that, you have to remember, once you get them to play the small Tekken, you have to remember that they still want to hell sweep you and they still want to electric you. So it's juggling all of those, making the Devil Jin constantly uncomfortable, where whatever offense they try to set up just seems to not work. Every time they try to mix you with the crouch dash, they get jabbed. Every time they try to electric, you get ducked. Every time they go for small Tekken, they get outpoked. They get beaten by big shit. And doing that and outplaying your opponent that way is how you win. Finally, the last advice I can probably give that's like easy, if I want to even say the word easy, is against forward 1+2 or Devil Jin at the wall in general, is you limit your gameplay to jabs and quick sidestep blocks to just get out of the wall. When your back is to the wall, all you care about is getting out. You don't want to play against Devil Jin at the wall. Yeah. You have to know when you can guess and make actual guesses to try and make them uncomfortable. It's similar against Julia, which I'm still figuring out. In this game, the first step is knowing when you have to guess. Because if you don't have to guess, if you don't know that you have to guess, you'll just get fucked, right? And then, once you have to guess, you have to kind of guess right. Yeah, what I said can be used for most characters because it's a generic approach. But I think breaking it down into what they want and how you answer that lets you start guessing properly. So it's like, if you're guessing they're not trying to mix you, they're just trying to electric you, you can stop jabbing and just duck. If you're guessing that they're mainly looking for hell sweep, you can go for like keep out reads, right? If you know that they're not doing either, then you just play standard Tekken. And then at the wall, you watch out for the homing wall bounce, hell sweep, and the way to beat that is jabs and sidestep blocks. But I don't even try to challenge him at the wall. It's just fucked up. If you eat an electric at the wall, it's honestly less bad than eating the wall bounce, you know? So jab is fine. Like, it all sucks, but I would rather eat an electric at the wall than the forward 1+2. Yeah, Demon Paw is fucked up. And then on top of all that, Devil Jin has all these fucked up, like, Devil Jin has fucked up, like, gimmicks. Like, gimmicky setups. Like, when you think of, like, Lei or, Ling, you think of a character that, oh, I blocked, now it's my turn. And then they do some bullshit that makes them, like, fly around and evade everything. Devil Jin is up 4. Sidestep 2 is weird evasion. So on top of having to out-solid him, you have to out-gimmick him too. So it's a lot of work, but it's doable. Anyways, I'm going to make that a YouTube video so I don't have to answer that again. No, I'm kidding. It's good to talk about. Thanks, Tilted Coffee, for asking the question and for appreciating me. Now, somebody banned Tilted Coffee for asking a question. I'm kidding. I'm going to pee and then meditate. I'm so mad I lost. Aki Major first to 3 me? Why do you Aki Major with a K? Yes, keeping out Devil Jin and not running into his electric is really strong because Devil Jin will get really annoyed. They don't have to run into it, but it helps. Get 2 birds stoned at once. Am I right? Can we push the VOD to another? That's more than okay, dude. Can you reschedule through the app? Easier for me. Yeah, then Devil Jin chooses to wave dash in. Yeah, which is fucked up. Hey, Great White, what's up? Anyways, I'm gonna start that meditation. And I'm gonna pee while it's the breathing part. Okay, I'll give you a coupon code then. Just remind me by DM, okay?
skill. Oh, another bomb. I'm like, I hated it. I hated it. And then we had to relive that with freaking
Leroy.
Evo Japan 2020.
Oh my god.
That was the worst.
Let me tell you. For like a good 3 or 4 months after Leroy came out, Florida was nothing but like 6 Leroys in every top 8. It was ridiculous.
There were 6 Leroys in top 8 for Evo. I was like, this is not good, man.
It was silly. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Squall that was like the one kind of exception to the rule? Because he would break out a Bardock to kind of hard counter it. Obscure can probably back me up on this, kind of refresh my memory on it. But there was like legit, it was just legit like one Marduk and everybody else was Leroy's, and it was ridiculous, man.
Okay, nice hit confirm with the down back 1-2. That's one of my favorite buffs for Asuka. To be able to actually hit confirm that, and it makes your danger too, since it's a natural high crush. Oh, it does it again!
Take the guesswork out of it. Oh, big overhead bat, draws the block. Goes overhead again. Oh,
yeah.
With the armored elbow coming out.
Yeah, B-Bias had enough of that. He's like, no, get armor crush. Oh, nice one. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. You gotta know that up 4-3 is coming, because it's actually hard to whiff punish.
Yep. It's so quick, it recovers so fast, and there we go. Get some wall splats.
Nice conversion.
On the armored elbow. It's such a good launch.
Okay, oh, no punish. Nice hit confirm. Like I said, it was definitely a good day when I took it that's into like the trading mode and like, oh, I can hit confirm this easily? Okay. But B-Bias then went 3 rounds straight.
And people want to call this character low tier.
I'm saying. Like it's just
the big B-Bias was pressing, and El Negro. Oh, got the counter hit there.
Yeah,
that's guaranteed.
Hey, we're almost,
definitely not out of this fight.
We're almost close to getting outside. That's when it gets really hype.
With the cherry blossoms. Well, again, fishing with the push. We live in that king life once again.
Okay. You're so close. We're so close. Just get him to the wall. Oh no, back 3.
They're almost connected.
I'm actually
El Negro got the block on the approach.
I'm actually not sure what Negan's punishes for back 3 is.
That's a good question, because for a lot of the stuff that the back gives him, he doesn't really have too many super rangy options.
Maybe down 2, maybe down 4-2 or dash up. I don't know. I usually lab all those punishes so I can abuse back 3 against people that don't know. But I mean, I'm not sure.
From what I recall, a lot of his better kind of ranged moves, yeah, it's either kind of, you know, like, a lot of it's going to be out of intimidation.
Oh yeah. And then like his rendering kind of on the slower side, but that back 3 is minus like 19, but the pushback though. Okay, but we're on final round on game number 2.
Stays down. I like it.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
We're just almost outside!
Look at me.
We're so close.
This is back, metaphorically and literally.
Oh, nice!
Against the wall.
That whiff punch for 4-4-4 is godlike. I ain't gonna lie. Uh-oh.
Oh, got to push. No counter hit. No break on the command throw once again. Easy peasy. Limey-wimey.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Oh, nice punish!
Forward 2!
Not
corked it.
B-Bye was like, yeah, that's not cool what you just did. Here, eat the tooth fairy. Give me your money.
Not cool.
Not cool. Okay, so B-Bye ties up the set. Ties up the set 1-1. Very, very. It was definitely back and forth. Really back and forth.
Like nobody's really kind of just broken away. Like you think that there's going to be some sort of momentum built up, and then no. Forget it. I'm taking it right back.
But you know, of course, now Negro can switch, and this is actually good because like his Negan got him a win. Now he's he only needs one win with either Raven or Cootie. I'm gonna guess he's gonna go with Raven since that is his best character.
I could see it.
But
it honestly wouldn't surprise me if he stuck with the Negan, honestly.
But thing about it is with Kunimitsu, as an Asuka player, I hate that matchup. Merely because of Kunai. It's like, what does Asuka gets like one jab and like and then Asuka can't even launch set 3, which also feels bad, man. She gets
taking advantage of that block punishment.
He goes with the Raven.
Oh, yep, here we go.
Dope.
It's Naruto fighting time, believe it.
Oh yeah, one thing you'll know is about my tourneys. I get all the players that play ninjas. There's one tourney, top 8 had 6 players that played ninjas, and only 2 that did not play ninjas. It was crazy. We had a bunch of Ravens and Coonies in top 8. Like, this is crazy. Like, Emily was in that tourney, and she was like, why am I playing all these ninjas? I'm like, my name is Max Ninja, so yeah. And then I don't play ninjas, except for Kunimitsu.
You know, that still counts though.
It does count.
And you know, far be it from me, you know, to kind of coin the phrase from Big E, sometimes it's about big meaty men slapping meat.
Yes.
But on occasion, you just gotta see the hype stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do. Oh my God, not the knee to the face. Oh, the Harada package though. Oh, the Harada package almost saved me bias. Anyway, El Negro hits the first round.
Let's watch. Yeah. B-Bias was trying to at least get out from that wall, but sidestep at your own peril there.
Oh, nice parry.
Oh, got the parry there. And this reversal could turn things around here in more ways than one.
That's another good thing that what we couldn't mean to in this match with her like weapon-based stuff. And oh my God, here comes the hype trade. I live next to a trade with content.
Now, not to say that Raven doesn't have her options as well. Got some good elbow strikes. Has that hot knee.
Nice
you know,
block.
that does a lot of work from that 2-3 range.
Oh, he almost did the Asuka classic.
Right in the throw.
That's the Asuka classic. Go for the 2 grab.
Ooh, good heads up looking out.
Okay. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, nice block.
Hello?
6 seconds.
See that
left.
jab again.
Oh, we out.
Oh no!
Oh yes, the hype backflip into the wild running 3. People forget that she has that, and for good reason too. Who uses that?
It's not something that you see every day, especially when you got running one as the option.
Mo one. Thank you so much for following. My body. All right, cool.
Oh, for sure. Because I mean, you know, El Negro.
We're gonna twist his nipple. Try doing that
And,
from the timeout room. Anyways.
Wasn't really a guaranteed good.
Mediocre
option.
joke. Okay. What do we do?
30 seconds already gone by and no launches yet. Oh, okay. Go. Decides to go for the safe combo and not go for the crouch counter down 4-2. I agree with that.
What King Ray said.
This is
He's gonna twist his nipple. Called him out.
Yes.
Come on, B-Bias.
You know, that's the thing. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent.
Okay, now El Negro was
Sometimes
like,
that's gonna pay.
El Negro was like, you gotta chase me. Oh my God. get
Hey,
stuck.
chat. Is anybody in here that has a session with me? Sorry, I'm kind of
And he got caught.
spacing out
That's the
from being
thing.
pissed.
You play tag.
Nice timeout.
You gotta make sure they don't get their hands on you.
Got hit by the down back 2 out of all moves. And every time I see that come out, I'm like, was that an input? Is that
B-Bias going deep in the kit this game.
I'm like,
Good
wait.
Lord.
They did buff that move. I'm just like, it's still, it is useful against.
I have a
Chloe.
session. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tease
First to
it.
3,
Tease
right?
the
Or is it
hands, goes
multiple?
for the mid.
Let me check.
Back up.
Oh, kick hands.
First to 3 short feedback? Yeah, let's run that.
Gonna level things out here.
Power crash.
Oh.
Okay, plus for.
Do you mind making a lobby real quick, Great White? I will hop in.
Try to be a bully here as
Oh,
well.
nice,
Break out
very
the
good.
armor move from back turn.
But
See, we'll see if he's got the time for it.
Oh no, gets right in the face.
Push red.
That was.
No worries,
definitely
Link
a-
Major.
That was
Damn,
definitely a
2-2.
caution by
Holy
B-Bias
shit.
For not whiff punishing that fully. But we got final round again. Let's go.
New lease on life for El Negro here.
Okay, now the down back 3. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
You tried to take the turn when you shouldn't have.
Nice block. Up 4-3, and then ends up with a side to 2.
Step
The
two.
Asuka way and be biased. moves on after final round, but good fought.
This guy's a molester.
There.
Do you do
So
sessions with
that was definitely
PS4
good.
players?
That was
If
definitely a
not,
good match.
that's
Set to
fine.
watch.
Good luck with the tourney.
Thanks so much, Branwin BLM. Appreciate the sub. 2 months. Let's go. I do. I have a couple people, King Rays and Future Beats, who are PS4 players.
That was definitely one of the.
Thought about playing Melty Blood? Not really. I don't. The aesthetic doesn't appeal to me very much. Fitting music when I have to fight Oscar or Raven. Yeah.
Back and forth like that.
Yes, you do.
So
Next up, we're gonna have.
He buys makes you want to play Oscar. He's pretty good.
Obscure's name 'cause I'm
Pretty good, pretty creative.
Guarantee Obscure has
Yeah, Branwin. I would be happy to work with you.
There. Oh, wait,
I'm
no.
so glad he picked Raven. Yeah, I know, right? What were you afraid of Cooney?
Well, sometimes it's not. I was one time like I think it was some scrub thing one time. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah, Scrub. That's right. I remember the Scrub era. I think that was like when he first got his PC note there. The first couple of weeks testing the waters.
Yeah.
Oh, Negan?
When that man just blew me up in a first to five.
Pretty much the Tekken community bullied him getting into PC.
You know, the community's better for it though.
Yo, okay.
I didn't say anything about you.
Glitch. That's a glitch.
Welcome
Do you have a character you want?
Iron Fist Tournament 7.
I was just gonna pick Noctis.
Noctis Lucis Kylo.
If there's one bar in the room, that's a glitch. Cause like, I don't know why it
Get ready for the next battle.
Negan only tournament? That's basically my community. I think my community has like 5 Negan players.
They're like, oh, this is a one bar. Book. I'm like, wait, no, that's a glitch. Never mind.
You can take out his frustration? Nah, I don't play well frustrated.
It's some weird.
If I don't calm the fuck down, it's doomed.
World, man.
But yeah, it's Obscure and your mind is that shit.
I hope you're ready.
Obscure with his bad anime takes.
I'm going all out.
Round 1.
It's been a while since I caught
Fight.
up with that, so I gotta know.
He hasn't bad anime
Good job. Holy shit, we converted. Tropical fish? Too much moving around. Just kill me.
Round 2.
If you're trying to sidestep a move, that's different, but that's a lot of moving around for a character that has a lot of tracking. I would just backdash.
It has more filler than one.
Not to punish, but it worked.
It was decent at the start.
Well, that is unfortunate. That is even more unfortunate.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Oh, please. God damn it.
Round 4. Fight. Final round. Fight.
tried to power crush me, I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You call that slide head. Cause it's just.
I like it.
It's slide head. I'm like, he's doing what protecting does, so it's slide head.
Yes.
Oh, get off me.
We respect gear around here.
Yes, we do.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, get off me again. We break your abs here.
Society.
No power crush there? Yeah, it's a frame trap. It beats Rage Art even.
Avoiding the pump. Nice block. Do it.
Low parry. Let's go, Jerry.
That was definitely too obvious in that situation. Definitely
Maybe
too
a little
obvious.
bit.
A little
Maybe
bit
a
too
little
obvious.
bit, but I respect it.
I definitely do. One of the few characters actually have a low rage drive. Which Namco, why did you give Devil Jin a low rage drive? Why?
Because I guess they feared he needed it.
Man.
Yo, forget that we had this strong character that
Round one.
for the longest time could just get
Fight.
brain dead easy combos on that. Again?
KO. Round two. Fight.
Catching that on Check this out.
KO. Round three. Fight.
There is like a little bit of rollback.
Nice. Nice. Yep. I like that a lot. As a viewer, not as a Bob opponent. I hate that as a Bob opponent.
Round four.
Just a 50-50.
Fight.
What the fuck is Bob's hitbox, dude? That's a minus 14. Definitely important to punish. That's so whack.
Get lost. You win.
Piece of cake.
If y'all want to go back to 0-0, that's
Minus 14 on 2242. Kind of
I'm
important.
not gonna complain. If that's the kind of play that we're gonna get out of like a proper game, y'all do whatever you want.
But yeah,
I'm
like,
here for more of that action.
yeah, but like I said, it's up there.
Get ready for the next battle.
Watching me fight now. But yeah, now to me. Screw Jumanji. Okay, next would be Q Major and Be Biased. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's gonna be hype.
All killer, no filler.
Let's play. Man, if y'all don't hurry up.
What's up, Hayes?
Round one.
Break out the type Lumina
Fight.
You know, let the intros rock before you actually get the game. And then sit there and how Roa's been nerfed to the ground.
I think I blocked that, but I might have hit one. Tried to jab, but I was too slow.
Round two. Fight.
No. If
I think so.
But the play out the game because I want to come back because if Zodi was quicker, sure. It's not quicker.
Button check time.
No. Oh, Forgotten Realm.
Oh boy.
I remember the PS4.
What are you doing, dude?
I would never
Round 3.
because
Fight.
so long. Don't break the boards.
What? I'm neutral guarded. I hate this game. I'm so bad.
Let's see some soul possession. Get the suck going.
Dang, Jerry must have an awful connection with Obscura. This is whack.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is definitely lag.
Get ready for the next battle.
I can't tell.
Doskoy?
Okay, so are they gonna go to are they gonna go to I'm so confused with what they're doing right now.
Better punishment, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, so Jumanji's gonna hold forward.
Okay.
We got her check in, so we're just gonna try to finish this up.
Oh.
Get to the real action.
Are they
Quick little hug for respect.
Oh no.
I'm going all out.
Round 1.
Don't do this.
Fight.
That's fine though. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Launch that!
KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight.
The Mike and Ike.
Perfect. Round 4. Fight. KO.
GG's. How's it going? It's going okay. I'm getting really distracted and annoyed by myself, but it's okay. All right, quick feedback. So, Great White, what I was noticing, and I think you caught on that I caught on very quickly, was I would jab twice and you would down jab. So once I caught that, I started low parrying. I did it like, I tried it like 5 times. I got it like twice, and then you stopped. That was a good adjustment. When I was backing off and keeping it kind of spacious and chill, you played it pretty solid. You didn't expose yourself a lot, which is nice.
I love the Tuscaloosa crew for what it's worth, but man,
It sounds like
Yeah, you didn't expose yourself,
Obscure says.
which is important because I expose myself all the fucking time.
Wait, Obscure. Did I
Kept it pretty simple with like pokes, staying in range 0, stuff like that. The whiff punishment was there.
He said that his
Punishment was a bit weak, but I think that's a bit of Noctis familiarity. Same with getting clipped at like range 3. It's like you have to kind of handshake that. One thing that I think could be improved specifically, that's kind of a general thing, is
you get blacklisted by Namco.
like just like.
You know how I was in your face, making you kind of play my jab game, stuff like that? Bob can make the opponent do that too, if you ask me. He can't do it as crazy as like some other characters, but like Noctis can't really do that either. So you always have the threat of Power Crush. Your jab is really good. Your down forward one is decent. You use it pretty well. I liked your usage of back two too. It's pretty informed, like not very like just brain dead. Although I didn't punish it at all, so you could honestly get away with a bit more. Yeah, I think trust your range 0 game a little more and see how that goes. Stretch that out. Make me a bit more uncomfortable. Because once I realized that we were both chilling at distance, it let me kind of engage on my own terms, and then I got really comfortable. So creating discomfort for your opponent by being able to play a fast-paced up-close game to generate those whiffs is pretty important. Hopefully that helps. If you have any specific questions too, ping me for that. But that's what comes across off the top of my head. You play other fighting games? I played a bit of Dragon Ball, not a lot. Mainly played Melee and League. Those are the other competitive games I played.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I've not watched that.
I hate this.
Oh, it's so good. It is adorable.
Yeah, one of my friends loves it. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but let me catch up to One Piece first.
The big stomp.
I dropped the combo.
And we're gonna get wall here.
People play my face is always on the muscle card. Yeah. So when you were using like the homing 4, I think it's forward 4. I don't know the input. That's good. Your magic 4 choice is okay. Down forward 2 placement is decent. Like backdash is always a good answer, right? So like you backdashed. I like that. You can backdash into down forward 2 to make it like a counter hit check timing. You have the power crush. Your down jab was fine. And once it stopped working, you stopped. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, you have the power to impose your will, and you should do that as well.
I can't help but wonder if there was an option. If there was an option for a combo path where he gets the screw, gets the rage arc, if that ends up getting a kill.
Okay, I think they're playing AccuMajor B bias now. Glad Jerry took out Obscure for me. I can't fucking beat him.
It might be worth trading that away from setting.
I need to grab a snack, you guys. I'm fucking dying.
Right.
Pretty much. Like,
I can't fault that.
Yeah, definitely just spin it to win and to get out of there. That definitely was the best option. Let's see. Obscure gets out at 7th. Jumanji moves on. He'll face VDX. Another Tale as Old as Time match. And then right now we're going to have B-Bias and AccuMajor, which should be good. Ooh. And then I can't wait to get back to see El Papi Big Bird and El Joe Crush. That should be a good match.
I'm hyped for that. Yeah, that's definitely going to be some real just kind of throwing hands kind of situation.
Throwing hands, and of course, Brian's want to get as a good pick against Asuka because he has so many elbows and knees. And
that forward 3, man.
Forward 3, back 1. It's a nightmare fighting Brian as an Asuka.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to parry. Nope, I can't parry. Even though me, I don't throw out that parry unless I'm like, okay, I know you're about to do something. And then funny story, I actually played Arsenal Ash at KIT, right? So I'm getting washed. I hadn't used the parry the whole time, and then it was like, I'm about to die and lose the set. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And he chickened it. I'm like, that figures. I'm like, I have not used the parry the whole set, and I get chicken and I die. I'm like, feels bad, man. Of course, the other streamers are like, well, that feels bad. And then all my friends are like, why are you doing back 3? I'm like, I'm fighting against Arsenal Ash Safina. If I do back 3, I'm going to die. Yeah. It's like I remember playing casual with JDCR. He was playing Kazooie. I'm like, I'm just gonna back 3 and see what happens. And I did. And then he dashed up electric me. I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
Oh yeah.
Like there are definitely few things that make me not do back. There are 2 things that make me stop doing back 3. It's doing something like that makes me stop. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And then of course you gotta be consistent with that. But I'm just like, this is JDCR. He's gonna be consistent with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can't even be mad about something like that. Like,
it's big.
Having something like that happen, getting that chicken when
it's so nice to see B-Bias in tournaments again, dude.
Like that. Sometimes you just gotta tip the cap.
Be like, well, I'm not mad at this. I'm like, I respect it, but dang it, man, why'd you have to do that to me?
It still hurts. Let's be real. It still hurts.
Okay, currently waiting for. Oh wait, there he is. Dope. See, like I said, it's showing up as one bar on my screen, but I'm just like, I'm gonna ignore that because that's a glitch.
CEO Taku. The game that I could have had to get me to the top 8.
I'm not late here.
What's up, yours? But because it's off access, I end up.
Hope you're doing well.
Going the wrong path and end up dropping it, and it broke my heart.
No big deal. Shit can be frustrating. I get it.
Yeah, that was kind of like that for me and Eunice as CEO. I don't practice that game. I don't play. I only played it at a local. But then
I'm eating ambiguous amount of days old Chipotle.
And I had this comment I do all the time against Byakuya,
So,
or whatever his name
wish
is.
me luck.
And, no, not Byakuya. It's the whatever the dude that has the puppet beast thing. I forgot his name.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, him. And I do my.
Bro, I'm in a slump too. I feel you.
And when I did do anything, I was like, "What?" And then everybody's like, "What?" And I ended up losing the set. I'm like, "Ow." I was still happy because like I don't practice this game. I'm being people that actually do practice this game. I'm just like those fighting game fundamentals.
No, that stuff adds up, man.
Nah. Actively regressing is kind of a results
It's
based
a little bit more user friendly like that, I will say.
statement. It's really hard to lose skills unless you get like a car accident.
I've been playing fighting games forever. So
What's likely happening is you're trying to acquire new skills.
The stuff that I can
and
get
just
away with
having
with
diverted
Waltz,
focus.
just doing grappler things and like
Yes,
on
Mike
the
and I do
occasion,
tell.
Hey, let me space out these buttons. It's too much.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I play Ore, but people expect me to play the poke game. I'm like, no, I'm going Unga Bunga and just mixing you up.
You throw out the persona. You kind of make them have to hold that. Like, yeah, sure.
And then of course that's when they can block freaking the overhead, which most people can't for some reason.
Having a hard time actually thinking about the match and not just trying to autopilot, bro. I feel that on a spiritual level. It's hard. No, it's hard, dude. You watch my earlier set against Joe Crush, that was like problem number 1. That shit's real as fuck, bro. Focus and shit is hard. Yo, what is happening here, bro? Yeah, Yorsum, stuff like that is a big deal. And people might argue that not practicing is regressing. But as you could see, sometimes time off can help things integrate in the brain a little more smoothly. Wow. Better my execution. Practice like a musician would. Consistently. In short bursts. Dividing it up into parts, yeah. Patience. Consistency. Over time. Don't like grind for like 5 hours one day and then not touch it the rest of the week. And then practice. Every day until something bleeds, no. You practice till something bleeds, I'd say you're doing something wrong. Those are 14, thanks for following. I mean, Brian, what are you trying to execute specifically? By the way, Mike and I'll answer your question. I'm just trying to juggle eating and shit and everything. Combo damage? That's a little vague. What combo specifically? What move specifically? The more specific, the better. Bro, the fucking rice is so old it doesn't stick together. Back 3, 4, 1, 2. Off of what extension, right? See what I mean? You gotta dig. You gotta dig really deep and find a specific focus. Oh, me too, buddy. Me too. Orbital snake edge. So specifically, you're trying to land orbital, back 3, forward 4, 1, 2. Is that what I'm understanding? It's hard to know. I need to know exactly what you want. And you need to know exactly what you want. Because it's hard to practice something you don't know what you're practicing, right? Alright, Ling Major. I feel like I get too frustrated sometimes. It depends what you're getting frustrated by. But if you're getting frustrated from losing, and that's your main focus, the answer is kind of in front of you, I think. But a simple answer is not an easy answer. Simple answer is stop caring about losing. How to actually do it? That's a huge, huge task. Obscure game was unfortunate, yeah. Connection with Obscure is rough for us West Coasters. It is what it is. All right. Mike and Ike. How do you practice actually thinking about the game? So, thinking about the game, it's easier to practice a specific thing in a specific situation that you're not doing that you want to do. And make that a muscle memory thing. Don't tackle the entire wall. Tackle one brick and break it down, right? So, say for example, you keep jab checking against Lucky Chloe against the situation on block. And you're playing against a long set. Or you run into a Lucky Chloe. Now that's your only goal. Doesn't matter if you lose, doesn't matter if you demote, doesn't matter about anything. Your one goal is I'm going to pick a different move instead of jab check. Right? Does that make sense? You have to find a specific situation where you want to apply it and make that your only focus. Everything else disappears. And if you make that your only goal, it's a lot easier to get. Hope that helps.
Welcome to the King of
That
Iron
kind of
Fist
frustration
Tournament 7.
is the point of, like, if you're with a training partner, you should ask them and consult with them, right? Like, if you're in a situation you can't answer something, that's what they're there for, is to help you figure it out. So it's hard when it's that vague. But if you have specific examples, it's easier, Wing Major. Ace Grill, we can hop into practice mode after my set and talk about your execution there. Now that you have a specific situation, it's a bit easier to talk about. But trying to improve your execution as an overarching thing is kind of a difficult task because it's so vague. If you're ever trying to approach something, you guys, make it as specific as possible. Otherwise, you'll either be too satisfied too easily or too mad too easily. Generally, the former. Or the latter.
Round 1. Fight.
I broke that. I can't believe I sidestepped that, bro. He didn't flash me.
Round 2. Fight. KO.
Why did I do down 2?
Round 3. Fight.
Ace Grill. Focus on the skill first, and the rank will come. But if you over-tunnel on the rank, it's hard to see how you're improving. You know?
Perfect.
Same thing, when I focus too much on tournament results, I just fucking lose.
Round 4.
It's too hard.
Fight.
The game is such a difficult thing that it's really hard to improve at it if you're not looking at those things specifically. I can't believe he did that. That was crazy. If I jabbed that, I would have won.
Round. Fight.
Thanks for the follow, GGL player. Oh, I ducked that, man! Page drive.
KO.
So many gats, it seems hard to pinpoint. Yes, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of mental. It's a lot of chasing a rabbit hole down, getting the wrong answer, and shit like that. But it's part of the journey. It's like it's got to be really specific. You killed yourself too. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, but stick around and ask me again. I'll forget. But ask me to go over the Brian thing right after, and I'll probably do that. Unless I have to play a match right after. I'm really willing to help. It's really important to, yeah, keep your questions as specific as possible, you know?
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7, Noctis Lucis Kylum.
You made a point of doing a super specific character thing. Wasn't sure if I need to get way more specific in my goals or not. The more pad or stick, preference. But my preference is stick. Most of NA preference, pad. Which is, both are fine. Yes, Mike and Ike's specific goals are so key because it's harder to get mad at not meeting them. As long as the goal is reasonable, small, and practicable, there's like an actual like criteria. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But like the more specific you are, the more it's like, you know how the scientific method, it's like your hypothesis has to be testable, etc., you know, stuff like that. Same thing with practicing. Like your practice strategy has to be practicable, human, like realistic. Like trying to set a goal to like block a hell sweep on reaction is just not a realistic goal, right? You could practice it. It's practicable, but it's not feasible. It's okay to testing in live matches, but the reality is if you care about the results, you're just going to get frustrated, right? So you have to be, like most good players test things in matches. They just have to be willing to lose.
Fight.
That's a huge part of it. Fuck. Had the resplats there. Why? Why do I keep killing myself at that HP? See, this is a constant issue I'm running into. So my number one goal might be don't kill myself when I have a full HP lead like that. Now I'm dead. None of this would have happened if I didn't down forward 1-4 to try and end the game. Good shit.
Round 2. Fight.
What up, Boba Yui?
KO. Round 3.
Don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself. Today has been all killing myself. Uh-oh, like that. Uh-oh, like that. Why am I playing like a fucking idiot, bro?
Round 4. Fight.
Oh my god, I did it again. What in the fuck? How did that hit me? Oh.
You lose.
I don't have a live person to point out stuff, so YOLO rank made it to industry, but demoted a couple days later. Labbing, like, yeah. So the biggest thing is now that we have a replay feature, it's really important to like just when you get hit by things, because you're gonna get hit by things, is just ask like, what just hit me? How did that hit me? And it's a really annoying long process, but it's a really important one if you want to rank up and improve, etc. Did you move? I thought I did a step block, but evidently it was a stupid decision. So that's how I got hit. The answer is really right there, but Jerry, you can't fucking do that. I need to pick the stage. Ah! Minus 16? Okay, yeah, makes sense. Thanks, Sync. I'm playing like a fucking idiot today, bro. I'm so not coming together. What up, L?
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist, Noctis Lucis Kylum.
So bad. I'm just like half asleep, bro. Like literally, I can't fucking... I tried to sleep all day today to try and like bounce back. I kept not breathing. I don't know why my sleep is so bad. Hate it. Oh, throw breaks. Check out this program. I'm gonna make a video about it later, but this is how I have been trying to teach people to break throws, and it seems to be working. I have a lot of positive feedback on that, so.
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
Fuck me. Oh my god.
Round 3. Fight.
Block that.
KO.
I recommend really getting used to the Rage 3 plus 4. Yeah, it's really important. Ace Grill, let's do your combo. Oh shit, Jerry said something. Sorry, I missed it. Arcade Ghost, hello, buddy. What's up?
Welcome to the
All right, BB Ron. Is the combo against a specific character, or is it just whatever?
Fury.
Sorry, Jerry, I missed it. I would be worried about tomorrow. Yeah, fucking played like shit, bro.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist, Brian Fury. Brian Fury.
Yep, I agree. It's gonna be a good match. Ace Grill, can you remind me the combo that you're looking for me to do? Ling Major, you're a Ling player? Am I stoned or? You didn't see your joke, G? Was it the single G or was it something else? Ling Elisa? Yeah, you can keep out Brian pretty well, I think. And like your stuff is hard for him to whiff punish. Check sample. This one? Like that? That one? Okay, so which part of the combo are you dropping? Or which part isn't hitting? tail end. Is any of it hitting or none of it? Like, is that happening? Where the 4 misses? Basically with this combo, you just have to hit it as soon as possible. So the back forward, I'm doing instantly. Like, I'm not trying to time it for after the 3 hits. I'm doing it instantly and then mashing the 4. Starting at back 4. I mean back 3. Like that, right? I'm mashing the forward 4 right after back 3. If your back 3 is missing, then you're being a bit too slow. But luckily, with Tekken's buffering system, you can be hitting the back 3 as soon as your forward, as soon as the 2 comes out, right? So your right hand punch comes out, and I'm already mashing back 3. Like that, right? It's not that extension. What's the orbital version? Because the orbital one's more practical. Snake Edge is going to get you killed 90% of the time. Let's look at this one. Is he playing Brian? One of my viewers wanted help. All combos the ender I drop. Gotcha. Oops. How many back 3 jab? Bro, my execution sucks. Why would you want to know how many of those I can do? What combo is it? The sample combos. He's missing the ender. Are you hitting the back 3 or are you not hitting the ender? Like, is the back 3 hitting at all, Ace Grill? Yeah, be bias's advice, I think. You might be dashing too far. Right? Like, if you dash too far, then it just isn't... You don't have enough time. Try doing, like, just... the shortest dash possible. Like, the way... Okay, so the way to practice this... Here's a good question. You guys asked... How do you improve execution, right? How do you improve execution? So a lot of it is kind of like how a musician would practice. So for example, let's do this. If I'm missing the ender, like, oh, well, that's fine, honestly. The point is to, how do I adjust for messing up? Right? Like, if that keeps happening, the trick with a lot of musicians is you'll try and whatever you do, try to adjust it. Don't keep doing the exact same muscle memory over and over again. So practice is the key, literally, but the efficient way to practice is to keep pushing yourself in a different direction. So if this is happening and I'm just missing the back 3, all right? Well, if I'm missing it and I know the combo's possible, I must be too late. So I'm gonna try to do it really early. Okay, that was too early, right? I got the back 3 too early. So instead of trying it the exact same way, I'm gonna tell my hands, try and do it faster. Even if it means you're going too far again, at least you're making an adjustment, right? So as long as you're making some kind of adjustment, as you practice it, you can get closer and closer. So the first thing is, okay, I'm not getting the back 3. There, I was too early, right? In this case, I did it too late. And then just keep adjusting and bring it tighter and tighter until you get the timing. Tilted Coffee's tip of back 3+4 is also really good. Know your, like, specific character tips that make it a bit better. Right, so it's hard without seeing a direct video of what you're doing, but that's the main advice I would give, is try it doing it really early, try it doing it really late, So a good example for me is like, what am I supposed to do? Back 3 jab cancels. So what's a good like combo to test that on? How do you cancel it? How do you cancel crouch dash? Up? Okay, gotcha. So, this is how I will demonstrate that. That's exactly what my labs look like. Yeah, so you might have the right inputs, but you need to adjust the timing of the last part. And so my advice to you is try it too soon, try it way late, and keep exaggerating it. Exaggerate it until you get closer, but change what's happening on screen. And then if you end a session without getting it, that's fine. But keep repeating that process until your hands get more familiar and it'll get easier. So to demonstrate that, since I can land that combo, I'm going to try something that I can't do, which is these cancels. I'll try and demonstrate if I can get that with this methodology. So I'm just going to do something simple. What's the like test combo? Like what combo should I be doing for this, you guys? Is it like this? Get upper? Okay. So right now I can't even get the first one. So I'm just going to try to get the first one. Okay, so I got 1. Sweet. Let's try to get 2. Or if you're being a musician, we could try to get 2 twice, right? Get upper forward for 4. Okay. Okay, can't even get 1. That's fine. I'm a Noctis player. What execution? The 4-4-4 makes it way harder. Okay, so are you supposed to be able to get 3 or something? My backdash fucking sucks too. Break it down more. Do back 3 can. Yes! I'm just trying to understand what is the, like, thing we're practicing. Like, which sequence are we practicing? And then once I understand the sequence, I can break it down even more. Because the feel is a bit different whether we're doing the forward-4 or not. It shouldn't be, but also I didn't do the 3+4 trick. Oops. Somebody answer me! What are we doing? Can you get 3? Hey, thanks for the follow, Ace Girl. Appreciate that. Dante, how many do you want me to do? You're the one that asked me. How many am I supposed to do? Hey, everybody shut up! Follow alert cracks me every time. It is funny. I think you get a 3rd CD after forward-4. So you can get 3, right? Is what you're saying you can get 3? Without the jet upper? I'm gonna need you guys to decide on what the answer is here. Okay, we're getting a lot of mixed signals. And also, don't do what I'm doing. You see how I'm having to backdash every time? That's like disrupting the flow of practice. Don't do what I just did. Instead, just go to a fucking infinite state.
Get ready for the next battle.
Optimize the small things. That's also a big deal. right? Like, I had to try and teach my hand to do something new while having to backdash. That's a lot. Integrate later. Develop the skill and then integrate it. You can't get 3 in that combo? Optimize the small things? God damn it. Alright, so... You're saying you can't get 3 in that combo. So I should just do jet up. Great White. Yes and no. If you practice brainlessly, it probably won't. You have to, like, challenge your brain with different ways of doing it. And maybe some people do that automatically, but it's hard to take that for granted. Or it's easy to take that for granted. Fuck me, bro. Like this. What the fuck? Something about doing it right after, without any time to prep my hand, is way harder. Let me go. It's the muscle memory! Fuck! Also, don't get frustrated like I am. Fuck! Like, if you practice like Eris does, you'll see that he doesn't really get mad. That's important. I spent hours... Yes, Kizuke is right. If you spend too much time getting the wrong thing, you'll have to undo it. Let's go. Alright. Anyways, let's do one of these. Light up one of these bad boys. Orange. 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 It's not working. You can't believe I practiced it for like 3 hours stoned. That's how I got it, Dante. Steve will be in the next game and he'll be good too, that's why. Is Haunted Upper Brian's tropical fish? Tropical fish. Tropical fish. Tropical fish. Tropical fish. It's not working. Tropical fish. Fuck. Lab or practice person? You lab when you have no other option. Or when like as in you can't play another person.
So
That's what I mean by no other
typically,
option.
You see the pile driver for like that. What you'll usually see from Jack players is they'll go for that seed planner.
Ugh.
You know, kind of force you to like, hey, your one option to kind of escape is to roll out the way. But Joe didn't even do that. He's like, hey, I'm gonna make you get up, and then I'm just gonna fall on you to death.
I'm tired.
They're just like, you know what? Yeah, get up. Let me just. I'm gonna plant this seed. Why you didn't see you? Like just a hex hammer. But I'm surprised the power didn't kill. I'm like, wait, Akuma, this is a tech.
You're god at Ace Grill. I'm trying to put that on YouTube or some shit.
Yeah, Akuma, not paper thin like he usually is in Street Fighter.
Which had people going, why does he have lower health? Just no, we're not gonna go down that road. You know what? Who went down that road? Mortal Kombat 11, changing from health values. I'm like, why did y'all do this? No, it should all be the same. I hate it. Leave the different health values for the 2Ds that are like anime or Street Fighter. Even though
Vampire.
Yeah, or does type Lumi have different health values?
If it's anything like old Melty was, it was interesting because the way that works, your damage scaling or your health values work differently depending on if you were airborne, if you were standing, or if you were crouched.
What?
I forget how it works in Type Lumina though.
Look, man, I just do combos and type. I don't what. You just said all that. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, no.
And then,
Melty's weird, man.
And I know people complain about.
I'm late to that party, but there's some weird ass jank to it, and I'm kind of a fan of that.
And I know people complain about Exert having too much mechanics, but then you got Blaze Blue that has all of them.
Oh, I could talk some Blaze Blue. We could do some Moat Blaze.
I would not be able to know. I like watching it, but I don't like playing it.
Oh, man, I just do Susanoo things. And let me tell you, that's fun as hell, because you just get to be a bully, and they just gotta hold that? Oh.
Oh, no. Wow. I think Joe's been 100% on debugs.
Oh, Pappy's getting his cock
You're
kicked in.
100% on Spring, because I'm going to be 100% on debugs.
But it's a reactable low.
It is. It is.
Oh, and again, Spring kicks the
Oh
catch
my
float
God.
on the jump.
Yeah, they heard you talking shit about Spring Kings, and they're like, we're going to prove you wrong.
Oh, God dang it. I hate it, but you know, the numbers don't lie, man. And it spelled disaster for you.
Oh, a nice
sacrifice.
Oh,
Knees old stuff is tight. Knees new stuff is tight. Knee is tight.
Get okay.
Good chunk of damage.
I feel you, Ace Grill. Remember to be gentle and slow with yourself. Takes time.
Mid wind up.
Oh,
let it rip. Just
What the fuck?
This man gambled everything.
He risked it all. It didn't work.
And got the bust.
Okay, that's
You don't have to do that.
This man was sitting on 19 and was like, hit me.
All another down 4-2 trade. That's of course not. Wait, that hits grounded.
What the fuck? That's a fucked up situation.
Yeah, I did not know that. I learned something today. Oh, I almost gets to the wall.
Quick little fireball. There we go. And I like this, just this slow approach. Keeping yourself in that optimal range.
Oh yeah, there we go. Counter hit.
But Poppy turning the tide.
What happens if
here.
you challenge, bro? I want to play El Pappy in a 1st to 6. I don't want to play Joe in a fucking those throws, bro. He's dead. That is so stupid. That is so dumb.
Not really.
Okay, but that means Joe Crush.
But it works. Caught him on the wake up.
But Joe Crush.
But first, I have to play AccuMajor in a 1st to 2, which is gonna be whack.
I always love it when Jack players break out the throw game.
Want an online tourney match? Let's go! Nice. I like
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Where's Noctis? Where's Noctis? Okay.
Noctis Lucis Kylum.
Hey, if you guys aren't already following Max Ninja 15, drop him a follow. Night streamer. Really cool. There's a lot of work into these.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
I was waiting for the power crush, but I stopped waiting for it right there. Oh, come on. That was a down forward 2, but I have no hand button discipline. Got like an extended duck. And cam frozen? It is, sorry. I'll fix that. Remind me to fix that right after.
Fight.
Sometimes you just gotta challenge.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, fuck me in the ass. Oh, that's a catch on the spring kick. Damn. He has options. He knows everything I want to do. That's fucking sick, dude. Nice.
Perfect.
He answered half the shit I wanted.
Fight.
Sheesh! Ah!
I'm gonna reel in a monster.
Scared the shit out of me. Ah! Yeah, the webcam just fucking died, bro. I'll have to bring it. Remind me to bring it back after this game. Yeah, it's just fucking dead. Unplug it and shit. Tips to beat AccuMajor.
Welcome to the King of
I can only
Fist
I do
Tournament
okay, not only. I do really well against him game 1 generally. So let me finish my meal instead of before I give you advice. A lot of it is just challenging his colossal plus frames, because sometimes he assumes you're gonna respect his frames.
Ready for the next battle.
That's like where I get most of my opportunities. Like just challenging like after slash kick or fucking other shit.
Round 1. Fight.
Come on, I sidestepped the shit out of that, bro. Unbelievable.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, I didn't believe in the down forward too. Now the disrespect is mutual. Oh, that is fucked.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Damn, he stepped that?
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Ah, I keep pressing into down forward 1 into fucking forward 3. That's like a big point that's killing me. Down forward 1 into forward 3 is murdering me. Like that mini game is fucking killing me. But backdash wins there. Why does that work? Isn't he minus 10? It's because I hesitate expecting another. It's a mental frame game. But backdash should beat everything. Single backdash, single backdash, single backdash. First down for 1 is minus 5. What the fuck?
Welcome to the King of Iron, Noctis Lucis Kylum.
That's a perfect example of you need to know when to guess, and my guess is coming just too late, right? So like, I wasn't confident enough in guessing that he would just continue, so my hesitation cost me. It's you have to guess right away. Huge point of frustration for a lot of players. Fucking dropped a mint, bro. It's gonna kill one of my dogs if they get to it.
Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
Now! Try this!
KO. Round 3. Fight.
We did it. Okay. Let me replug the Cameron. We back. Bitches. Ooh. Okay. Akuma. First to 3 though. Who DDoSed my camera so that they could get my dick cam? Nice strats. Oh shit. Accidentally hit the end stream button, so hopefully nothing went wrong. He's running to the bathroom, so this song is actually kind of really appropriate. Anyways, okay, so be biased. What did I feel like worked against AccuMajor? First of all, what do you feel like I did that worked against AccuMajor? Ling Major, that's a thing. It's called, what, denial of service or whatever. What worked for me, I feel, is I challenged his plus frames, right? That forced him to play more frame tight, which is fine. But then I noticed he was challenging my frames. Like, he paid back the disrespect, right? So with that, yeah, let's go! Rolled infinite. So once I noticed that, I played even more disrespectful, right? So it was like, he mirrored my change in approach. And I caught him doing that sooner. So, recognizing his intent as quickly as possible is pretty important. But if you stay to hesitation or stay to challenging, he will adapt so fast.
Round 1. Fight.
Now! Try this!
Bro, what is he doing? Why'd I put him in rage?
Now! Try this!
What the fuck was that punish? I did down back 1+2!
Round 2.
Oh my god.
Fight.
Don't ever try that! Throw a fireball. Uh-oh. Is that my second IQ is minus 100? Bro, the more you learn, the more you feel like that. It never goes away.
Fight.
I hate this game. Oh. That's fucked up because duck or stand, I die. I have to challenge him there. If you don't challenge him, you just die. Who's laughing now? I know, evidently, bro.
Fight.
Deserved? No. Throw a fireball. That is so racist, dude. Oh my god.
That's why I'll never forgive the Japanese!
Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back.
Oh my god, bro. Hey, thanks for the resub, Node 1370.
Final round. Fight.
Don't wake up like that, dude. What are you doing?
Now! Try this!
You can try to come in, bro. Why did I put him in rage? I hate this game. I'm dead. I insisted on pressing to keep him out. That was my fault.
You lose.
Akuma's literally the fucking colonial British Navy, bro.
Welcome to the King of Iron, Noctis Lucis Kylum. Get ready for the next battle.
Wait, what move is that? Oh. Wait, it's safe? What the fuck?
Round
How
one.
fast is his while standing too?
Fight.
That's the question.
Now! Try this! See ya! Dead meat! See ya!
KO. Round two. Fight.
What the fuck? That is so fucked up, dude. Oh my god, dude.
Great. Round three. Fight.
What the fuck?
KO. Round four. Fight.
Why do I have to guess every time I wake up?
Perfect. You lose.
I can't get frustrated, I have to chill. I don't think it matters what I consider low rank, to be honest. Because there are TGPs who are really bad. Like me. So, I wouldn't consider rank as part of your analysis. In fact, I actively discourage that. Thank you, Jaeger. Jaeger Rain. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist, Noctis Lucis Kylum.
1-1 Tatsu hit confirmable? I mean, probably loosely. You have a lot of time between the 1-1 and the Tatsu, so.
Get ready for the next battle.
When I wake up, I have to challenge. That's the adaptation that's going to help me at least in one game, and then we'll see how it goes after that.
Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
Man, down 4-3 or down 4-3 or whatever that move is, that is so hard to deal with. Hop kick has to be my challenge.
KO.
But not there.
Round 3. Fight.
Two meter. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? That's so obvious, dude. Ugh.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
That was way too funny. The frames on that are disgusting. I have to just hold it. Very cool. Very, very cool. That is so cool.
Final round. Fight.
Now! Try this!
Brian's tough against turtles. Hatchet kick, brother. Hatchet kick, too good. Hatchet kick is the main reason why Brian doesn't have to care too much about turtles. And if you have a hard time against turtles, I feel like Steve's gonna be harder. Brian has throw game, hatchet kick, frame trap city. Turtling against Brian is kind of scary, honestly. What you have to do, but still scary. What up, Corey? Brian has throw game.
To the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Full crouch and 1+2 throw.
Noctis Lucis Kylum.
Do your dailies? I need to do my dailies too.
Get ready for the next battle.
Happy to help though. You're a friendly daily reminder. You parried that beautifully last game, the hatchet. I mean, it was a little telegraphed. It was like advance, 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 and then I could see the crouch dash. Exhibition running late. It's all good. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. So.
Fight.
You have to be ready to whiff punish that. I think that's a key part I wasn't doing.
Great.
It's fucked up. Epic challenge. Wake up challenge is so important.
Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight.
Does he know? He doesn't know.
Round 4. Fight.
Ah, is he pressing into that? What the fuck am I doing? Sorry.
Perfect.
Okay. 2 meter, final round.
Final round.
Oh.
Fight.
I tried to rage art. GG's.
You lose.
I didn't punish the Tatsu correctly. I did it with up forward 3. LG. All right. Actually, Corey, if you have to wait for another 1st to 7, we could do the review now. Do you want to do that? That would be good for me, actually. Steffi Ren, thanks for the follow. Okay, no big deal. Are you getting mine in today? Let's schedule on Metafy. I'm fucking super tired, sorry. I wish Victrix came out with a Noir stick. Honestly, I used to think so too, but I think Vuelix is more ergonomic, especially the Victrix implementation of it, where it's a bit extended. It's really good. So we were talking about how two-player side was affecting a few of your decisions, which is good, but we can figure that out. Yeah, the wall shenanigans clip. Hey, Ace Grill, I do coaching through Medify. So if you want a direct session, you can book me through there. Hello, hello. Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay. I might mute out in between because I'm
That's fine.
eating at the same time. Excuse me. Don't know what I was trying there.
I think side effect of two-player side more buttons as well.
Definitely did too many more jab checks than I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Once I saw his stuff, I was like, okay, maybe probably back one next time.
Nice. Good patience. Oh wow, that whiff complete.
I wanted to do the forward 3-ender, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to mess this up, so I'm just gonna go for like a safer, more guaranteed.
I like that pressure. A lot of single jab, and then just the K second hit, or second hit into K. Or like there where I can't sidestep it safely or easily. That shit was good. That was really clean. I like that. Didn't give me space to get out. After you got me to stop with like a single jab instead of overextending with multiple jabs, or like overdoing the, you know, like multiple jabs when I'm already blocking, and then giving me time to kind of like settle.
Oh, I misspaced that. God.
Yeah, one showed
I
it
was
to
like,
me.
oh, he didn't sidestep. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
You
do
showed it to me too many times, I think. It's like, it was working until you showed it too many times. It's like you're giving me mental time to prepare my response. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Gonna... So you could do it multiple times, just like 2 in a row is kind of like asking to get it sidestep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ender, I was like, how should I go with this? Do I just
Yeah.
go for probably more Oki? And then I was like, maybe I should low parry. And then
Because honestly, a lot of the damage came from the side steps on those. Like, I wasn't really opening you up outside of that or like a counter hit. And your pressure was pretty clean until you did those and exposed yourself. So I would say that was almost like a matter of killing yourself more than getting outplayed necessarily.
Okay.
Kind of like if I just do down forward 1-4 all the time, you know?
Right, but it's still, I mean, it still takes a lot to do the sidestep on the back 1-4.
On Noctis, less as much, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty easy. Like if I'm ready for it, it's easy. It's not like Kuni where it's like I can still get clipped. It's pretty generous.
Okay.
So.
that doesn't mean I should stop.
You're right. It's just don't show it to me and then do it again right after. That's kind of like that's like you're helping me practice it, which is weird, you know?
Right. Okay.
It's like if I did down forward 1-4, down forward 1-4. It's like, okay, well. Yeah. See, that's good. I like that. Especially against me, because you know I can step it, so it's like getting me to waste frames sidestepping is good.
Yeah, that was my goal. I tried to sidestep block.
Yeah. If it's someone like me who's going to use it all the time too, you can just let me burn it. You don't have to try to outplay it right away. Lamau. Punish. Position change.
Oh, tried to contest.
Hard to confirm a whiff on PS4, I think. Probably the discomfort there.
Yeah.
But even then, if somebody whiffs something like that, you can opt to just duck, or you can opt to do a quicker move. But like, it depends on your read. Like sometimes people will whiff and just go.
I remember you laughed here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get the wall. I wanted to do the down forward 2+3 there.
Guy's a molester.
Ace Grill, thanks so much for subbing, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you.
Too slow. Yeah.
Yeah, you're there's a good round basically where your gameplay was so fucking tight and so fucking solid. It was like you mixed in the single back lines, you mixed in the just the knee into K. It's like all of that shit is like super good. So like if you know I'm gonna hesitate, that's just, especially when you're already point blank. Like back 1-4 I could see is like closing the gap, but I think we're seeing a common issue where you're coming in with box stance or coming in with QCF 2-1 with the first QCF missing. So we're having like a similar issue again of like your choice to approach with moves rather than movement, which is kind of I think a P2 symptom as well. But
yeah,
that's probably a good point to clean up. So
I should practice more dash blocking on 2P.
Yeah, and just it's kind of like a adjustment period thing, I think. But I think, you know, your decision making was mostly impacted by that, I think, more than your inability to adapt. It seemed like a lot of discomfort with player 2 side, just like that can be improved with work over time, you know?
Right.
But yeah.
I'm also thinking about simplifying it too.
Yeah, simplify. I think that's the big one, and I'm probably gonna make a video on that. Actually, I liked our conversation about that. Just like really simplifying.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
And I was playing tennis. I was like, oh right, I can do the same thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was already practicing applying it.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, simplifying your answers, just such a big difference. Such a big difference. Okay. But yeah, do you have any other questions about that?
Let's see. No, other than QCF 2-1, because I'm unsure when.
Use it with the intent of not whiffing with the first one. Like you can use it to approach, but don't whiff the first hit. It's kind of a big deal. At least don't whiff it over and over again.
Okay.
Like kind of like forward 2. You're trying to hit it on block at least, right? Like if you're gonna not hit it. Same with QCF 2. It's like you use it, you're still gonna hit it, but like if you whiff the first hit, then that's like their biggest chance to challenge. Yeah, that's what I'd say about that.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we still do the first to twos or no?
Sure, we can do that. That's fine.
Okay. Another time, right?
Yeah, let's do that another time. I'm fucking dying.
Okay. Yeah. I do want to see that other match with Ishida.
Yeah. We can do what we can do next time is we can go through those and then do our first to twos as well with like those ideas in mind.
Okay, sounds good.
Sweet. All right. I'll catch you later.
Thank you. Yeah. Good luck.
Yo, what up? Ace Grill, I'm glad it was helpful. Quick look at the Brian match. Which Brian match? The one we just did? Like with AccuMajor? I can probably look at that next time if you want to hit me up. I'm just fucking dead, dude. I'm so mad. I played horribly. Fucking lost. It was just a rough day. But we'll get it next time. Tomorrow we have a money match against Jumanji. I really want to sleep well for that shit. What's up, Fax Machine? And Soul Bad Game. Good stuff today, man. I played like shit. Oh, okay, let's rephrase that. When I played well, I think I played really well. When I played like shit, it was horrendous. You know? Losing is part of the game. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I got fucked by El Papi. Losing's hella part of the game. It's important. No thirst stream, huh? She left UYU. I'm not sure why.
I feel like the thanks is misplaced. I should be.
Oh, shoot. I went English. Humdy humdy hum.
Yep.
We're all pro, cuddle core, humble bug, crochet. And isn't this guy on Bermuda? He is. No pants? That's true, bit of jury. That's true. 100%. Oh, Alex is streaming, yep. Alex Nostalgics. Alright, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Tomorrow, I will be streaming as well, so come check me out then. It'll be around noon PST, so... Cheers. Drop the on emotes. I gotta work on a bunch of YouTube shit, too. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.